Check, so we have sound. All right. Now let's put some lights on here. Greetings, family. I'm just gonna double check one more time to see if you can hear me. Hi, Tracy in Arizona. Will you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? I just put the mic in. Welcome, family. If you all can hear me, perfect. Thank you so much. So let me just show you all what's going on. It's been a doozy, right? I left you all because I didn't have enough. Welcome, Ramona. I didn't have enough cilantro, right? So I had to go back and get some more cilantro. And when I realized I had 4 pounds, like almost 4.5 pounds, that's what y'all told me, of tomatillos, I needed to make sure that I got enough cilantro. So before I came back, I wanted to make sure that some food was already cooking, right? What I didn't take into consideration is um, the prep time, right? Y'all, I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to have sous chefs. They come in, they help me prep, and then I just come in and cook, but that's not my reality. So, yes, Moonlight Amore, welcome, 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 guys. You be eating healthy. I get hungry. I'm trying, Ramona. I am on a journey, right, of getting rid of this emotional weight and getting back to how I used to eat. You know, I know that my body, I can't eat chicken. I'm not supposed to eat those things. And I'm around someone. I was around someone. One is a vegan, one is a vegetarian, and they just inspired me. I'm like, Shantae, you can do this. Just make a few meals, and then in my mind, if I don't eat something or if I don't do something, if I get to a week, I'm like, wow, I didn't do that in a week. I get to 2 weeks, it's a numbers game for me. So it's like I'm my own competition. Girl, you can get to 2 months. What if you get to 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year? Perfect. So we are programming your mind is the hardest thing. Amen. Especially when you didn't grow up with eating this way, right? So I'm going to be making salsa verde 2 different ways. So right now, this is on the stove. I put some grapeseed. Is it grapeseed oil? Yes, I put some grapeseed oil in there on the pan, in the pan. And right now, the only thing that is in here are the jalapenos. No, they're not jalapenos. This is probably gonna be hot as hell. These are serranos. I had 5 of those, but I put quite a bit of tomatillos in here. So the rest is here. So I think I might put a little bit more in here because I did put quite a bit of, but I'm gonna roast the rest of these. So I'm making this 2 different ways. This was 4.5, almost 4.5. Okay. Tomatillos. So someone told me when I dropped it off at the gym, one of the girls was like, I made, what she say she made? Um, tortilla soup. So, you know, tomatillos are native of Mexico. So they make them all different type of ways, right? Some people boil them. We talked about this in the other hour and 45-minute live where I thought I was going to be cooking everything and it just didn't turn out that way, right? So even I need to move this. I need to move this cilantro because I have one more roll to cut up and I need space on this cutting board. In the first video, my cutting board, it just cut in half. So I'm trying to create a list of things that I need and continue to update it because, you know, sometimes you'll be like, oh my gosh, I need this, right? And then you're doing something else and then it leaves your mind. And then you don't remember that you need so and so and so and so until you need it again. Just like with my global entry. My credit card pays for the global entry. I didn't remember my global entry until every time I was about to fly somewhere and I walk up to the, I look at TSA and I'm like, God dang it, you didn't do your global entry. Yep. But I finally did it. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Right? And the guy was so nice. He was Latino. He explained to me, um, the different, you know, border patrol, ICE, and what he does, right? So he's the one that gets the people that when they're coming in correctly, right, legally with their papers. Border patrol gets them when their job is to get them when they're trying to come into the country without their papers. ICE gets them once they made it past both of them, and they don't have their papers. So it was interesting the way he explained that to me. I was like, oh, that made sense so much, you know. Okay, so now we're going to take these and put these on here. Let me move this because I'll be canning these. All right. So I want to do, I put oil on them. Let me just put a little oil in here. It didn't tell me to in here. I'm just going to put a little oil in here, a little cap full, because I'm going to be roasting these. Like, not joking, laughing, cracking on them, right? Bad joke. But I'm going to be roasting these, and I have to roast these with the, let me turn it this way. So the serrano peppers and the garlic needs to go in here. And then I roast it. Now it said 2, 3 cloves. Y'all, I don't measure anything, okay? I don't know if any cook really does, right? I'm not a chef, but I do cook. Okay, so let's put those in there. Let's make it a little bit more. I like spicy stuff. I just hope it's not too damn hot. If it's too hot, I'm gonna be like, oh my God. But if it's too hot, that's when you use the family that you know, I have Middle Eastern in the family, the Pakistani. So she taught us when something is too hot, she used like Greek yogurt and what is it? Cucumbers. So all I did was shake this up, right? I put everything in here, shake it up, and now I'm gonna put it on. Okay, this needs to move. I don't have enough space here. That's because I have these jars for the canning. And I'm gonna put this on here. So I'll be roasting these, and I'm doing it both ways because you can make salsa verde 3 different ways from what they say. You can boil them, right? You can roast them, or you can saute them. So I'm not boiling. I think I will have a better flavor with sauteing and roasting. So I decided to just do it these 2 ways. And I can tell you that them sauteing in there smells absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'm just getting all the garlic. I'm putting this in my Ninja air fryer. Just trying to make sure, you know, everything is spread out. Nothing is on top of each other. But it's just cooking them for 10 to 15 minutes. You know, this says boil, but I think I'm just gonna air roast. And then once it's once it's cooked and cooled off, then I can turn around and start putting it in the blender with the cilantro and other stuff. It's really not that hard. The prepping is what took me time, right? I had to cut up these tomatillos and it's like 4 + 4 pounds, right? But hey, Saint, you said, where's my peach cobbler, sis? Look, I wish I knew how to make peach cobbler, right? I'm I'm really happy that I do not know how to make a lot of sweets because I think I would be cooking a lot of sweets. So like I used to know how to make like brownies. Brownies were really easy, right? But yes, I'm trying to be good, Saint. I'm trying to get this weight up off me, dick. So y'all can see cleaning supplies. Yeah, I'm doing all of that because I don't have anyone to come in here and do all these things for me. So I have to do it my damn self. And I didn't know the cooking was going to take this long, right? But when I don't cook up, wait, big, large quantities. I don't cook large quantities. So yeah, I was thrown off. But let me see if it says 10 minutes, roasting for 10 minutes. So let me put this on air roast. Let me put it for 10 minutes and let's put it for 12 for good luck. So it said to put the tomatillos. They are husked, which husk is taking the paper or whatever that is folded up in, it grows in. Rinsed 2 jalapenos, 2 garlic cloves under a broiler until charred for 5 to 10 minutes. So let me keep an eye on this because I'll beat and burnt these. That might be too much time, right? Let me just start with 5 minutes. And then after that is done, I blend the roasted veggies with a half a cup of cilantro, a half a cup of white onion, and some lemon, some lime juice, and salt to taste. Yes. So we have, I don't feel like I have a lot of light up in this piece. I have this, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's bring it back down here. Let me cut the light on in the living room and see if I can get a little bit more light. Finally, getting this house in order, slowly but surely. So I did get some of these when I went to the supermarket, right? Because I still, y'all, this is only one. This is not even a meal, right? Making this salsa, this is not even a meal. So, okay, all right. It's getting there. So I'm turning it down a little bit. The color is changing. Let me bring y'all over here. For those who have never made tomatillos like I haven't, like this is my first time. This is your first time as well. So you see how the color is changing. So I just turned the stove down a little bit more because I know I did put some more in here. But one thing I could say is it smells absolutely amazing. But this is just salsa, right? This is not the meal. I still have to cook, right? I still got to eat dinner. So I'm going to fry the fish. or saute the fish. My husband is from Middle Eastern. He is always eating yogurt in his food. Yep. And when something is too hot, they eat yogurt and cucumber, and it really is a delicious mixture. When I seen that, I thought it was gross to put it in the food. So and I only had it as a side, but I do see that my stepdad, he puts a lot of yogurt and milk and stuff. And what's crazy is he would try to tell me, like, you know, Shantae, he called me pretty daughter. You can't eat this. I can tell you, you know what to do to lose weight. And I'm looking at him like, bruh, I lost 70 pounds by myself, right? So then he starts telling me stuff that he can't eat. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Don't eat this. And I'm like, yo, I don't eat that. I'm like, that's something that you struggle with, because he loves to eat dairy and he's not supposed to have, like, he's allergic. He gets all type of mucus. He gets all type of mucus when he eats dairy. But I think growing up on it, maybe some people think that it's just normal. And for me, I'm just like, no, there's certain things I can't eat. If I eat something immediately and I get mucus, my body is telling me, you're not supposed to eat this. And that is 100% true when I have anything dairy. And sometimes when I have my protein shakes, which is pretty weird, because no, there's nothing that is dairy in my protein shakes. But my body is telling me what I can eat, what I can't eat. Did I put, girl? No, I didn't season it yet. Okay. I was like, I didn't put the seasoning in the, I didn't put the seasonings when I was, roasting, and, I'm not supposed to put the seasonings yet. So what's crazy is when I was in the supermarket, I went into the wrong aisle and I ended up looking at the salsa. I was in the international aisle. I should have been in the next aisle looking for the noodles that somebody was telling me about. So what's crazy is I saw the salsa verde. So I was like, let me look at the ingredients. This smells so good. At least I know how much salt, how much pepper, how much everything is in it, you know. So I'm grateful. And I want to have a small garden. Enchiladas. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Yum. I made chicken chile verde enchiladas for supper. Is that Carrie Lynn. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. Y'all know, I'm going to say this. And you may not agree with me, but I feel like the worst mother effing part of being an adult is the fact that I have to choose, what you going to eat today? What you going to eat tomorrow? I'm like, what? The worst part of being an adult for me is having to choose what to cook. So making multiple meals like this is how I can survive. Right? Now, today, I was supposed to have been doing this. Thank God it's a Saturday. But I was supposed to have been making, I am going to make, the only thing I'm not making is the sauce, the tomato sauce. I'll make that tomorrow. But I am making my tofu scramble. I will be making that. I'm going to be sauteing the fish. I will be cutting up and making my zucchini soup. All of that stuff, all it has to do is just boil. I can go do a Grow with Joe 5-minute arm workout. Is it 5 minutes, 10 minutes? It's the one that I was supposed to do yesterday. Because I don't know. I think I missed it in the first week. Or maybe I just don't remember it. I told y'all I'll be on autopilot when I work out. So, and I'm like, dang, all day, Shantae. All day you've been here doing this all damn day, all day, all day, all day. And then I said to myself, so when not a fitness person, when someone is trying to eat right and they are meal prepping, how does that work? Is that done in 30 minutes? Hell no. It takes time. And some people meal prep and it takes all day. Uh-oh, I think the 5 minutes is up. That was quick. It's just so hard when you're cooking for one. I hate it. Used to cook for 6 to 8. Now it's an empty nest. I'm sorry. I am sorry. And for me, it was harder. Okay, so let me do another 5 minutes. Let me do 7 minutes. So it's roasting. It's roasting. So I just put it on for a few more minutes. I'm sorry. What is this? Let me see. Something else. How did Cat Williams say you are something else? You come on here, you are something else, and you say you weird. Don't take the middle part out of the onion. You can't be trusted. I'm sorry. This is probably a bot. I don't understand technology enough to be sitting there using it the way other people use it for nefarious reasons, you know? Oh my gosh, y'all. This looks and smells so damn delicious. Oh my gosh. The rotisserie chicken from Sam are very nice to eat with meals. Yes. So she made her enchilada with chicken. I wonder, can I make a vegetable enchilada with vegan cheese? 9 people in here, 9 likes. I wonder if I can do that. Okay. All right. So that is cooking. That is roasting. I need a bowl because I need to start breaking down my tofu. I am making tofu scramble. I can't even say she was a friend. My old associate, I thought she was a friend. She's the one that taught me how to make the tofu scramble. She told me what to do, what to put in it, blah, blah, blah. And then one day I go to see her and work in her store, and she saw that I had it. I should have told her the cheese wasn't vegan, and that would have stopped her from eating it. But she ate my food and then went home and went to bed, and then talked about the food that I went and bought that night. That's what type of friend she is. Okay? A selfish, bald-headed bitch. Okay, so let's do this. But thank you for teaching me how to make a tofu scramble. Appreciate you for that. Don't appreciate you for anything else. Because I think I could have went on with my life without meeting you. Because all you showed me was you are another Black woman talk about white people this, white people that, but you don't know how to treat your own people. All the while saying thank you, Jesus, hallelujah. So I could have avoided betrayal, is what I'm saying. If someone comes into your life and it's like, oh, well, they did this nice, they did that nice, and then they betrayed you, it's like, all of that good stuff goes out the window because now you show me exactly who you are. So, and now if there were any good things, now you're looking at it. Now I'm looking at it like, well, does the good outweigh the bad? No. Well, wish I never met wish I never met her at all. Yes. I don't know, man. I don't know about some of these people. I really don't. They'll beat you with the Bible. But if they died right then, I guarantee you Jesus will say, turn away from me because I don't know you. All you do is insult, insult, insult. Tamales, pasta, cinnamon rolls. Oh no, Carrie Lynn, I cannot mess with you, girl. No, no, no. You can make cinnamon rolls? Oh, hell no. I was just saying in the other video, I can't make things from scratch when it comes to cakes and things like that. I don't, and I'm grateful that I don't. I don't really have a sweets tooth, except for damn Twizzlers. You know, them Twizzlers is like crack. But oh, used to have a bakery and a coffee shop. Oh man, so I know you know how to make some amazing things. Yeah, I love a piece of cake. Just one little child-sized piece of cake. I love it. But I also know, like, if I wanted a piece of cake, I will buy the single slice piece of cake. Now, yes, it's probably more than if I bought the big cake. Okay. But it's also going to give me more calories if I bought the big cake. So I don't deprive myself. Honestly, I probably should deprive myself a little bit more now because I'm trying to lose weight. But I'm doing the best I can with the strength that I have in me to do it. Some days I win battles, some days I don't. But that is what happens when you haven't learned how to, oh, these look so damn good, how to eat properly. I'm still learning how to eat properly. Let me, oh. Sorry, guys. Look at this. They are roasted. Holy crap, they smell so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have 9 seconds, and then I'm just gonna let it go off and do what it does, because I still have to let it cool off. Oh, let me turn this. Hey, Uncle. Sorry, guys. I have to adjust it as I move around. So you said I'm trying to stay away from baking cakes, rolls, etc. because I had gastric sleeve surgery. Sweets are no for me. Good for you. I remember you telling me that. And real talk, like I said, my eating is a constant. I don't want to say it's a constant battle, but it is. It is. Because if I'm trying to retrain my brain to have a healthy relationship with food. If I weighed 244 pounds in the past, then it showed that I did not have a healthy relationship with food, right? But losing 70 pounds naturally helped me to create a better relationship with food. And then I went to the hell of the Gambia. And now I'm building myself back up again. But so someone asked me, what is it? Donna asked me, what is it? These are the tomatillos that I got from one of the food pantry places, right? And I'm going to be making salsa verde, green salsa, and then I'm going to can them, and they will be good for 12 months. And I also have tomatoes, right? I'm not making them tonight because I need to let my ice machine build up more ice, right? I'll be drinking that all day. So that ice machine I know it's like, girl, you working the hell out of me. So, and I went to the supermarket to get more cilantro and freaking forgot to get a bag of ice. So I was like, God knows it is not meant for you to make all of that tonight. 12, 12, 12 people in here, 12 likes. I love when I see combination of numbers. So the mushrooms that I had, they were whole mushrooms. They didn't look good. So I ended up throwing them away, right? I hate that I have to throw things away. I wish, well, I'm not going to say I wish I had because I'm putting it on my wish list for things that I want and things that I need to purchase. And it is going to be a small circular compost. So it kind of looks like, where's my masher? It kind of looks like the lottery thing that they be turning. That's what it looks like. But it is a compost. Okay, so I can't find my masher. Let me look and see if it's in the other one. Or that's another thing that I'm going to have to get from Dollar Tree. What happened to it? You son of a. You son of a. I swear, I live in this house by myself and I'm like, how in the hell does things go missing? Right? Does anyone else feel like that? You live in the house by yourself and things just be going missing. How? 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 Someone comes in your home in the middle of the night and all they steal is freaking utensils? Who does that? um you said, am I going to put avocados? Thank you so much, Carrie Lynn. I'm trying. I am trying. So I've been eating eggs and I don't want my cholesterol to go up. I've been making this amazing sandwich and I'm going to share that with you all. Y'all gonna be like, damn. I told my mother about it. Next thing I know, she was like, oh, when I was telling my mother about the sandwich, she was like, that doesn't sound good, right? Next thing I know, she was laughing. She was like, so I made that sandwich. I said, oh, you did? She was like, it was so good. I said, I told you. But I know I can't eat a lot of eggs, so I love a tofu scramble. And this serves as a full meal because I'm going to put potatoes in here. Sometimes I put spinach, but I don't have that much spinach, and I want to make a salad. Ramona Light Healer asked me, are you going to put avocados? Now, I know that some people put avocados in their salsa verde to make it creamier. I forgot. When I went back to get the cilantro, I looked over, I said, girl, you got to get a bag of avocados. I get them from Walmart. I used to get them from Costco, and it's always one or two that never ripen, and I'd be mad. So I get them. The ones from Walmart are avocados from Mexico. They serve its purpose. They ripen the way I need them to. So, but I forgot. I just forgot everything. So I would love to. Now, the funny thing is I can make this tonight, make one of them, and one of them I could probably just put in a bowl, let it cool off overnight, go and get the avocados. Then I will go and get the ripe ones, right? I think you would use the ripe ones, right, Ramona Light Healer? So I can go and get a few ripe ones tonight and then doctor it up and fix it tomorrow. And then blend everything tomorrow and can it. And then it'll give me time to also do the tomato sauce because I don't have enough ice to, what do you call it? Where you put it, I can't think of the word. To blanch it. So let me cut up one of these bell peppers and put this in here. So I don't have enough ice to blanch it. I have to wait and let the refrigerator make me enough ice so I can do that tomorrow. It'll fill it up tomorrow. I'll probably take a little bit more. I think it's centered, so I'll probably just take a little bit more. I probably will be filling up my water bottle before I go to bed. I don't know. I drink water just before I go to bed, y'all. They're like, oh, well, don't you got to get up and go to the bathroom? Yep, but I want the water. I don't have the discipline to say, oh, I'm gonna stop drinking water at 7 o'clock. I'm not 5. I just got to get my ass up and go to the bathroom. You know, that's the give and take, and I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that. Oh shit! You trying to cut your damn finger, girl? All right, that's because I cut that real ugly. I shouldn't have went around that side, but all it did was sting me. Okay. So I put bell peppers in my tofu scramble. I cut up potatoes. Like I said, sometimes I put a green vegetable in there. I do have some, I think I'm gonna put some kale in there. I do have some kale. It's just, kale takes a little bit longer to cook, but it's fine because the potatoes gonna take, it takes about 30 minutes, about 35 minutes for this to cook, for the tofu to cook. I season it. I put besides the onions, the bell peppers, I'm gonna put some kale in there, some green vegetables, right? I put nutritional yeast flakes. I season it, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper's here, and it be in salt and pepper's here, and it's in my tofu. I'm not gonna make the falafel tonight because I like making the falafel when I'm going to eat it, so it's nice and hot. But once I get this tofu in the pan with this mushrooms and everything, then that's gonna cook. So then I can move on to my next thing, which is cutting up these, what is that? My zucchini, and making my zucchini soup. As a matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Because if you all have been following me since I made the zucchini soup, I just feel like I need to turn this music down. It's like we're in competition. It keeps getting louder and louder. Jesus, where is the thing? Okay. 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 So I kept the broth from my zucchini soup last time. So I'm gonna sit this in the sink, pour some water on it, get it to pull away from the bag. And the next thing I will be doing with that is putting that in one of these pots. So that way, it can start, I can thaw it out in a little bit. So I'm going to make the falafel tomorrow. I'll make that tomorrow. And I'll make the tomato sauce tomorrow. Keeps your kidneys clean. I drink water all night long. I was raised on a farm, so everything was homemade, milk, butter, vegetable. I wish that in gardens. I love that for you. I wish that for me. And a lot of people don't want that because Ramona is not easy, right? Growing up on a farm, getting everything made, homemade, that takes time. Taking care of those animals, it takes time, and It's the hard work that I don't think that I wouldn't mind. Like I said earlier today in my live, if I am living on a farm, growing my own food, number one, my body gonna be right based off of what I'm eating, right? Then my body gonna be right based off of the work that I'm doing outside, right? Because none of that work that you just said is easy. None of that work is easy. You got to milk the cow. Cows give you the butter. They give you all these things, and then when you're making it, it takes time. You just don't make cream. Like yes, the milk is easy because the milk is just coming out fine. But if you want to make cream and butter, right? For a manufacturing company, they're like, should we just sell this milk the way it is, or should we process it further? Well, let's play with these numbers and see if we process it further, how much is it going to cost? Sometimes it costs more, and they're just like, let me just sell it as is. Yes, I can eat fish. I have been a busy girl today. Too busy, right? I really thought I was going to get all this food, all this stuff cooked, but it's okay. You know, I'm grateful that I have the life that I have, that I don't have a husband, that I don't have any children, because it would be really hard for me to just take a day for myself. I mean, it wouldn't be hard if I had the right husband, right? If he cares about our health and fitness and everything as much as I do, then, you know, maybe the family, the children, depending on their ages, could be in the kitchen with me, prepping and preparing. But most mothers are doing this anyway, even if they're not doing what I'm doing as far as like cooking things from scratch. You still are doing some meal prep, right, for the children, making their lunches, you know, things like that. I'm assuming, y'all. I don't know. I'm just going by what I see on TV and what I see people, my friends, talking about, because I don't have any children, you know. But it all takes time. But I feel like if I had the right husband, then the husband will be in here helping me cook and cutting the time in half. You can saute the kale with the rest of the food. Ramona Highlight, that's what I'm doing. Ramona Highlight, Ramona Light Healer. I'm sorry, y'all. I can totally mess up someone's name in 2.5 seconds. Please don't hold it against me. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to see if this is not ready yet. I'm just waiting until this bag where the juice, the broth is pulling away from the bag. It's still taking a little bit more time. Okay. But I like freezing my broth and everything. You could soak the kale in a little water, maybe. Um, you know, I might put the kale in a pot already, just to let it cook just a little bit. Because sometimes kale takes a little bit too long, and then the food is cooked, and then I'm sitting there looking stupid. So I might put the kale. I might just boil the kale a little bit for just a little bit. And then I need to. What am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna start cutting up. So this is the kale that I have, right? So I still rinse it. I don't know about you all, but I still rinse, even if it's, oh, we rinsed it 5 million times. Yeah. I'm still gonna rinse it again with my beautiful Elite water system. Love this system. Love my system. Okay, so this water is still taking forever to pull away. Okay. Carrie Lynn said, I will love to find a husband that loves to be in the kitchen with me. It's so hard to date at 57. I hate being single. I'm sorry, and I'll be 47, so I'm just about a decade younger than you, and it's just I never thought it would be hard at that age, right? They have all these singles, mingles, and this, that, and the third. But in reality, we got young fools, we got old fools, we got middle-aged fools. It's just I don't I have accepted the fact that all right, Tay, this is what it is, right? Just enjoy your life because it is hard. It's really hard out here for a pimp. No, I'm sorry. That was just a reference in a movie, but it's hard out here, right? And then what I didn't realize in certain communities, I don't know why I thought that, because if when I used to watch the original Housewives of Orange County, right? You see how that just turned this red, it just stained it. When I used to watch that, there was Gretchen and there was Slade or whatever his name is, right? And he was a gigolo. Like, he was just with her for her money. It was just, well, I don't know. I can't say that because I think they're still together. It looked like he was just with her for her money. But when I was at the gym, I was talking to someone and she was like, yeah, my friend, she has this, she has that. She has this nice house. She has her own this, she has her own that. And she's like, but she only meets dudes that want her to take care of them. And my mouth just fell wide open. I was like, wait, but you're white. Maybe that's my ignorance, right? I'm like, but you're white. Like, that happens in your community too? Yes. Now, I could have just went ahead and put the onions, like cook the onions and the garlic and then put this in here. I could have did that, but I forgot and it's too late. So now I need a pan for this. Let's cut this stove on. Let me rinse this kale just a little bit more. And then I'm going to throw just a few pieces of kale. I'm just going to throw a few pieces in the water and let it boil. Now, once I get all of this stuff on, the soup, the kale, that's too much kale, girl. That's too much damn kale. But once I get all of this on the stove, then I can go ahead and start working on this fish. I thought this kale would fit in this container, and evidently, let me see, I think it will fit. What did they say on Friday? This ain't enough. Make it enough. I'm going to make this fit in here. All of it. And I'm going to put the lid on it. Okay. I can't so some people put kale in their smoothies. It's just too thick for me. I can only eat kale cooked. It's just too thick for me. But I love it, but I only eat it cooked. I don't put it in my smoothies. And I will put spinach in my smoothies, but shoot, most of the time I'm trying to eat that damn spinach. Spinach is my lettuce. I eat spinach like lettuce. Spinach is the basis of my salad. Okay, so that is in there. Okay. Now, let's start making this. Let's start making this tofu scramble. So I'm just going to put this oil in here. Oh, shoot, girl, you cannot start making this. You do not have all of your ingredients. I'm soup. Like, yes, I'm ready. No, the hell you're not. No, you are not. Okay, let's put the lid on top of this. I am no way, shape, or form because I told you I put potatoes in here, right? So I need to peel the potatoes. But at least this did fit. So this will go in the refrigerator as is. I have I have to try to save space. I have a nice big refrigerator, but I always have produce in my refrigerator, so it takes time. I'm like, wait. It's like, girl, you don't have any space for that. So I love that I upgraded to a house, but I think I need a 2-bedroom house. Because I'm still bursting out of this house. Thank God, right? That's a blessing. I'm in no way, shape, or form complaining. It's a blessing. Okay, come on. It's only one part of this damn bag that won't come out. Oh no, it is the 2 corners. Oh, I got one part. Okay. Okay. Can I get the other part? Come on. It's this frozen broth. Let me show you all. Y'all probably like, well, what the hell is she over there doing? All right. Can you see this? You can see this. All right. So that's for that. Let's move this. That's just for me to hold the potatoes. And then I need to cut up the zucchini. Okay. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay. So this is the broth. I'm going to pour this. I'm going to throw this bag away. But this is the broth I made on, right? Zucchini broth, 3/6/26. So about a month later, but I guess this is how quickly I make these meals. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in, air fried kale and make kale chips. This is why I love y'all. Y'all stay giving me so many different ideas. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, so let me see. This is broth. This is my zucchini broth. So the last time I made zucchini soup, I saved the broth because I knew sooner or later I was going to make it again. So now I'm going to take this and put it on the stove so that way it can thaw out. And when I cut up the zucchini, when I'm done cutting up the zucchini, I can just put it in there with some fresh onions and we're good to go. This day and age, dating is not the same anymore. We must be careful. It is wait, Carrie Lynn, hold on. You said you're going to St. Thomas for 3 weeks in May. Maybe I'll find a guy there that wouldn't that be awesome? So someone said put your sunglasses on so you can really see him. If you are dealing with someone that is from a different country, Carrie Lynn, you might fall into more trauma because you know certain people are looking for green cards, right? So they will say, oh my God, I love you. They will love bomb you. Okay. So if you want to have a little, what do they call it? Holiday fling, then that's something different. But finding love outside of the country, not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but just like you said, is different in this day and age of dating. And people are looking for green cards and they will do whatever to get wherever, thinking that, and they will act like it's love. They will love bomb you. Oh, let me do this for you. Let me help you breathe. They want to carry this for you and do that. That is their job. That's their job. And it can turn into something totally different if you're not careful. So I say, I tell people all the time, go have your fun. Strap up, protect yourself, and have your fun. But if you're dealing with someone from a different country, don't fall in love, boo. Don't fall in love, because they're going to act like it's love, but they're really just trying to get into your pockets. And then when someone is older, then they really, it turns into something totally different. So just be careful. Just be careful. This is rosemary. I put some garlic powder in there, right? I don't know if I put onion powder in here, but I probably didn't. I don't think I did. So I'm going to put some onion powder in here. This is just like a full meal for me. I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. I'm going to put the kale in there. I'm putting potatoes in here. This turns into a full meal. So I could eat a piece of bread with it when I eat it. I can eat a piece of tortilla. I can eat a salad with it. I can eat some of these vegan sausages that I got. Wait till I show y'all these damn vegan sausages. I bought all 4. They were on sale. These bees are regular $7.99. $7.99, right? So they're apple, maple. I have garlic on my fingers. Apple, maple, plant-based sausages. I got them for $2.24. I bought all 4. Sometimes I want a sausage. If I decide to make some spaghetti when I make this sauce, then I always doctor up my spaghetti sauce. I might put some sausages in there. I put different things in there. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I might be over seasoning this, but then I have to think about it. Tofu doesn't have any type of seasoning. So if I stir it around and I don't see any seasoning, so I put a little bit more in there. Now it has a different color. It has a little orange to it, but I'm not going to cut this or do anything to it. I'm going to cook it until I have the potatoes. So right now, I'm going to try to do 2 things at once. Wait, did I put this in there? Y'all, I didn't even put my nutritional yeast flakes in there. Where is my mixture? Yes, what the hell are you doing, girl? That's the main thing in my that's the main thing that goes in this is the nutritional yeast flakes. It gives it like this cheesy flavor. And then I do put vegan mozzarella cheese in here. Like once it's done, I'll put it over top of it. So I put the onions in there. All right, so we're good with everything else. I might put some cilantro on it when it's done over top of the tofu. Okay, so right now I need to cut up the potatoes and these. So this is why I said I'm gonna try to do this at the same time, right? I need to put the onions back in here. So that way I can mince some more onions. Now, yes, I could probably cut them up, but I'm tired. It's like almost 8 o'clock. I don't want to do that. I never got a chance to take my bubble bath last night. So whatever time I'm done, I'm going to take my bubble bath. I don't care if I'm up late. It's Saturday. Even if I'm in the bathtub at 10 o'clock, then I'll sit in the damn bathtub and I will read a book, look at a movie, do something. Does the texture of the tofu change when you cook it? I think it's the texture that I don't like with tofu. I can't say that it changes. It's just the flavor. I don't even notice if it's, I like tofu. So I can't say that the texture changes. I can't say that. I don't think the texture changes. It's just that I mash it up to make it, I don't even know if you can see. Yes. So I mash it up to make it more like a scrambled eggs, but I don't think that it necessarily changes. I'm hoping you get a better view. I'm not sure. Okay. So the things like I'm cutting off here, if I had a compost, I will put it in there. So, I want to make sure that I don't cut all of these up to just go into the soup. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sneeze. God bless me. That sneeze hurt because I stifled it. So there are so many different ways to make tofu as well. Like I've made tofu to make it be like the McDonald's McRib, the riblets, and made vegan macaroni and cheese. I've done that. I've made Google reminded me recently that I made, what was it called? It was I made like a a vegan beef and broccoli with the tofu. So I had the broccoli, I seasoned the tofu, made them like little strips where it was like the beef and broccoli. I just found that video recently. I was like, I gotta share all these. I didn't realize I'd be cooking so well, y'all. And maybe it's not well. Some people come on here like, what the hell are you doing? I'm doing what I know. And the more I do it, the more I'm going to learn, right? Practice makes perfect. Okay. I should have, these wouldn't be as bad if I would have cut these earlier, but I didn't have time. I didn't have time. Okay, so, and I'm cutting these first because that juice, that broth is going to be ready before I can cut up all of these potatoes, right? And I may not cut up all of those. I'm just going to cut up enough to go into that mixture. Now, all right, so these are a little bit more ripe. So these are going into the soup. These are going to go in the soup because they are a little bit more ripe. I said I wasn't going to cut up any onions, but I like seeing onions like this in soup. I don't just like seeing it minced. I like seeing onions. So I'm going to cut these like that because these are the ones that I'm going to be sauteing. Well, that one, okay. I'm going to saute some of these with onions. So it's good that I do cut up that onion. And when I saute my fish, I'm going to have, now I probably shouldn't even be eating this tonight, right? I might just eat something light. I don't know. My whole day was just jacked up. Right? I just messed up this whole damn day. I didn't work out. I didn't steam my floors. I'm like, girl, you've been in this damn kitchen all damn day. So, but sauteing these, I want to saute the fish. and I have some brown rice, and I may still do it. I just may be eating a late dinner that I really don't want to, but maybe that will happen. What's up from 22nd and 6? God bless you. Oh, what up? Wait, so that means you are a Tucsonan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Travel with Tay Tay, another cooking edition. So I don't like the way the outside of this looks. So I am just chopping this up, but this is going in the soup, like I said. I only have one of these, and then I have one, two, three, four, five, six. I have about six zucchinis. So it's not going to be a big soup, but I'm okay with it being small because then I don't have to be like, oh my God, I got to freeze it. No, I'm going to eat it. Um, Eat it with a salad. If I want to have a piece of bread, I can eat it with a piece of bread. And then if it's not a lot, then I can move on to something else. I have some black eyed peas that I want to make. I want to make them in the Instapot. I have some baby lima beans I want to make. And when I make those, I like to eat like maybe a salmon patty, something crunchy with it. I don't know, like when I eat black eyed peas, it was always either some fish or some fried chicken with black eyed peas, right? So culturally, that's what I want to eat with it. And sometimes I just make a salmon patty. I'm making this fish. I have two pieces that I took out, and then I think I have two more pieces. So I'm going to take some of these and saute it with, what the hell is that? I'm going to saute it with some of this yellow squash. And then the rest of them, I might take a little bit of the green. This is what I'm talking about, right? So this was one of the gray squashes. They're shorter, they're fatter, they're of a different color. They're more like this color, minus all the brown stuff, right? So I put a few in there. Some of them are just going to be sauteed, but I think this is what I'm going to saute tonight. And this is the gray squash, the summer squash, and then I'm going to take some of this green squash. This part is rotten, okay? And then I'm going to take some of this green squash here, and I'm going to put it with the squash that I'm going to be sauteing tonight to eat with the fish. But I appreciate you all. I truly appreciate you all for joining me and being with me while I do my cooking, right? Because you could be anywhere. You don't have to be here. But I appreciate it. So I'm going to put that in the soup pile. And then they're a little thinner. So these will go in the saute pile. So I'm just going to saute a few of these. So that way, when I do saute it, it's going to be colorful, right? With my fish and my brown rice. I can't wait to eat that. I'm hungry as F. How about you all? You probably already ate by now. I'm the only one that took 35 effing hours to cook. But this is what happens when you are cooking from scratch. It doesn't happen overnight. The prep is what takes so long. And unfortunately, I'm one of those people that have a problem with time. Time is, what do they call it? It's not relevant for me. And I don't know. I try my best to be on time. I was even late when I was younger to the club. How you late to the club to get in for free? I don't know. I'm like, whatever. Time is whatever it is. Time is, and So it's sometimes I don't know if it's me or if it does take long to cut up all these damn vegetables. It doesn't happen overnight. I like boiled yellow squash when it's cooked with Parmesan cheese on it. Donna, good evening, Rupit. I'm still cooking. Can you believe this ish? Um, so you like the boiled yellow squash? I really don't boil it. I love sauteed squash. So I think that it's cool. Tomatillo has a very different taste, but it's cool now. So if I want it, I could make and blend the um the tomatillos. Let me show y'all how it look. I'm still at it. I had to go and get more cilantro and all this other stuff, but we're getting there. This is ready, almost ready for the zucchini. I'm cooking the kale a little bit because the kale, I'm gonna put some kale in with. This is the tofu scramble. So things are getting there. Things are almost ready to be cooked. This is the tomatillo, and this is the, I don't know why I always say flip. This is the roasted tomatillos. So I told you I was making it two ways. So yeah, I'm making them two ways for the salsa verde. Now someone told me, they said, oh, are you gonna put avocado in the salsa verde? I'm like, crap, I forgot to get that when I went back to get the freaking, what you call it, the cilantro. But I was on the phone with my mom, and then as soon as I got home, I was like, dang it, I didn't get the avocado. I meant to get the bag. I totally forgot. So these are only going in the soup, so it really doesn't matter how I chop them up. But I am going to put them in this bowl, and I'm going to take these out. So that way, when they're ready, I have already cleaned them. And when they are ready, we're just going to put them in the soup. I'm going to cut up that onion, and then this soup can go in the pot. And then the next thing that I need to make is, okay, it's just the outside. It looks like that. Ooh, that's trash. The next thing I need to make, well, is cut up the potatoes. And I'm only cutting up a few potatoes, but I'm putting them in the tofu scramble. And then once that's on, which that's going to take about 30 minutes, 35 minutes to cook. Once that is on, then everything will be cooking. The soup, the tofu scramble, everything will be cooking. And then I can take the fish out and start seasoning the fish, right? And this is my thing, right? I'm getting older. And we know that as we get older, we can't eat what we used to eat, right? When I got my colonoscopy, they're like, oh, more fiber, more fiber, more fiber. Now, when I do go back to see my doctor and they make my FAT ass get on the scale, because I have my scale, y'all, I refuse to get on it. Now, I need to go ahead and get on it so I have a starting number. But I don't like getting on the scale. I don't like getting on the scale because if I'm doing good and I feel good about myself, sometimes I get on the scale and it makes me feel sad because the numbers are not where I want them to be. Right? And I know I'm over 200. I don't know. Maybe I will put the batteries in it. Who knows? But I know either way, I got to go to the doctor soon and they're gonna make my ass get on the scale, right? And then you got to add 5 pounds. They say add 5 pounds to that. So I'm just gonna do the work. I mean, when I was in the Gambia, and anytime I went somewhere and they had a scale, I got on it. Why? Well, first of all, I wanted to see what I weighed in kgs. And then I had got down to 79 kgs. I didn't know that that was like 170 something. But I was walking. I was eating right. It was hot as hell, right? So you sweating and burning calories whether you want to or not. That's the great thing I love about going to these third world countries. They're like, it's hot. I'm like, good. Let that damn heat cleanse my skin. Take all the toxins out like I'm just walking into a sauna. I'm going to sweat anyway. It's fine. When you get all hot and sweaty, the first thing you think about is, oh my God, I can't wait to take a shower. Oh my God, I can't wait to take a shower. That's it. Take a shower. You didn't eat. You're going to sleep real good. Because that sun didn't drain me, but it's also going to give me what I need. Okay. These are done. Okay. Now it's time to cut up these potatoes. All right. Now, I could, like I said, I could make one of the tomatillos tonight, but I'm not going to do that. It's late, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to put, it's not boiling yet. Once the broth starts to boil, then I'm going to go ahead and put all of these in there. I think I probably would have been done if I would have had enough cilantro, but real talk, even if I would have just bought that one head of cilantro, it wouldn't have been enough. This is what I'm snacking on. And this. What is this? Peanut butter. Okay. Okay, so the next thing for me to cut up is these daggone onions and potatoes. Now, I also bought a red cabbage. And one of the things I can make with that is once these meals have gone down, then I can go ahead and make fried potatoes and onions and have some cabbage with it. So I was telling my mom, I'm like, you know, when it comes to eating a bunch of plant-based meals, what happens is all you're doing is making a bunch of sides. You eat a bunch of sides. Yo, that water is so good. So good. So you're just eating a bunch of sides, right? So I have the tomato paste. I will be putting all of the mixture of the tomatillos. I'm not gonna put it all together because I want to see how it tastes different. So in one bowl, it will be the tomatillos that I made over on the stove, and then in another bowl, it will be, man, that breeze feels good. In another bowl, it will be the tomatillos. I'm gonna put it in here. In another bowl, it will be the other tomatillos. So I just need to, once I only have 4 of these. I thought I had more of these, but once this is in the in the pot, in the pan being cooked, then I can clean that and then I can have one of the bowls for the tomatillos. Okay. So I think, all right, we're good. That is the kale. The kale is a little bit more cooked, so I'm happy with that. Now let's get these potatoes. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to cut these onions up. What the hell? You act like you don't want to cut. You don't want to be cut? Okay. So I just need to cut some of these onions up because they're going in the soup. The other ones that I put in the thing to be minced, they're just going to be minced. That's just what it is. I don't have time. So now, if I was in the Gambia making these meals, they would be turning their face up at me, right? Why? Because, girl, you're not frying everything. You're not using Jimbo. And then they'll tell me, oh, you can't cook. Well, my food is not going to give you high blood pressure and diabetes. Okay? But I could tell you that stuff that you're cooking, that chew, that super kanja, all that shit is just oil, 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 Jimbo oil, fried oil, Jimbo oil. It's just a bunch of stuff that's going to kill me. And I'm like, I don't want that. But they always want you to try their food that's killing them, but they'll never try your food. Nope. This broke ass dude helped to save his life. He dying of malaria. I wanted a veggie burger. I didn't have to take him. I could have told him, you can carry your ass home. He's looking at the menu and he's saying, oh, I could make this. I could buy this and make this. And I'm like, damn, you have never been anywhere. Because that is not what you say to someone that is paying for your meal. Yeah, some of them people are something else. They are something else, looking for a white girl to change their life. And that's what they say. So be careful, whomever goes overseas, and just be careful because these people, some of these people don't like us. Some of these people just think, oh, well, Americans are stupid. For example, there's a young girl that I met, and I think she said her cousin lives in Germany or Sweden. I think Germany, right? And some of the stuff that comes out the girl's mouth, she's like, man, if she ever came here, she wouldn't be able to survive. No, because America's a dog eat dog's world. And if you don't understand this culture, you will be eaten alive. Now, this girl has never even been to America. Why she hate us so much? Her cousin has never even been to America. Why does she hate us so much? I didn't understand that one. So you just have to be careful, whomever goes anywhere. Americans are not necessarily loved anymore. Sorry, I'm trying to chop up these onions. They don't have to be fully chopped up, but they have to be chopped up. And then nowadays, with everything that's happening that is so political, it's even worse. I'll put this in here. I don't even think I have a lid for this. Shoot. Oh, wait. Is this my special one? I think that... I don't even think I have a lid for that. Okay, so I'll just use saran wrap. I'll just use saran wrap or cling wrap, whatever the hell they call it now. So look at all these women all over there in Africa. Swear they gotta do. I mean, I got robbed on my dude. This is how diabolical some of these people are. And some of them think like it doesn't matter if I take your money. You come from they think all Americans are rich. They have no idea of what we go through to get our money. They have no idea. They just see, oh my God, they come into my country and they spending way more money than I can ever spend. They don't think about, oh well, most of these people, they have saved for this vacation. So you see them spending a lot of money, but they have saved for a year or 2 years to go and spend this money. They don't think about that. But it's not just you. They treat their own people that have left and came to the world of the West, the Wild Wild West, or the Wild Wild East, or the Wild Wild North. If they just left their country and they went anywhere outside of their country to a developed world, they treat them the same way. Mexicans will call their people gringos. Oh, you a gringo, a white person. But this person was born in Mexico, but they had the opportunity to travel outside of the country. What is that? That's nothing but jealousy and mother effing hate. So because I can't, oh, that's my beans. I forgot I made some vegan beans and hot dogs. I'm like, what is this? So because they don't have the opportunity to travel and leave the country the way you did, what do? I'm going to hate on you. I'm going to insult you. And that's what happens. So now they do that to their own people. I think that they're going to treat me different. Why? Girl, you another American. And on top of that, I'm a Black American. So now they really like, oh, wow, we going to get her ass. I don't know. Okay, so let's do these potatoes. I cut these onions up. So this is all for the soup. And this soup is taking forever to boil. But I'm just going to go ahead and put everything in there. What you think? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's throw it in there. Let's just do it. I have water up here so I can make me some tea before I go to bed. So I'm just going to put the onions in here. Right? Where am I? Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to put these in here. There's nothing special. Okay. Right? Now, I'm not going to season this water anymore because, like I said, I seasoned it. It's the broth that's already seasoned, right? So I'm just going to let this cook. And it's perfect. It's a perfect amount. Look at it, right? Perfect level. So we'll let that boil. Where's the top? I'm going to let it boil, then I'll put the lid on it. Okay, so now we can get to these potatoes. And then once I get to the potatoes, this is for sauteing for later. So let's push this to the side. I need this pot because, once you start cutting up potatoes, they start getting brown. So I need to move that. I can't believe it's 8:10. I got a headache. This is craziness. But honestly, it would be like this if I was cooking, if I was meal prepping. So say I'm meal prepping for, damn, I need to cut up an onion for that. Let me see. I forgot I need to cut up an onion for sauteing. Oh man, I wanted to make some of the sauce. All right, so I might make a small mixture of the sauce tonight because I wanted to make a little mixture of the sauce to go over my sauteed fish. Yes. So I am going to make a small mixture of the salsa verde. I am. I'm not going to use the El Pollo Loco one that I have. I'm going to make a little mixture tonight. Just a small mixture. And I'm going to use the one that's in the pot. Oh, you can't see what I'm cutting up. Sorry, guys. This is just the rest of the onions that I'm cutting up. I know this is just a piece of one of the green vegetables, but it's on my finger, so I'm like, I need to cut it. I need to clean it off. Okay, so the soup is boiling. I'm going to have to be up late, not too late, but I need to let everything cool off before I can put it in the fridge, right? So, okay. So I'm just going to cut this up. And like I said, I am going to make a small mixture of the salsa verde. And I just want that to go over my fish. I'm going to saute a piece of fish tonight. I have one more pan. I'm going to throw these dishes in the dishwasher tonight, so that way they can be clean tomorrow morning and I can go to bed with a clean kitchen. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, where is my... I need my peeler. Uh-oh. So I'm going to just do a few. Hello, Red Hazel. I'm going to cut up just a few of these. Some of these may be getting a little bit too ripe. Let me just get a bag, because I can't pick up that big garbage bag. So let me just get a small bag and do this. Okay. So like I said, if I had a compost, all of these little things will go right in. They would go right in the compost. So I have seen some houses that have, oh my God, it's so beautiful. They have a compost that, I mean, it's electric and everything, but it's connected to the island. I said, girl, you ain't got that much money. You don't have enough money for that. But I would love to be able to marry a construction worker, a contractor. Oh my gosh, we will make so much money together. I saw a meme that said, you know what? At this point in time, I just want somebody to just go on trips with me. You can have a girlfriend. I don't care if you cheat. Somebody said. I said, oh my God, that's funny. Like, I don't even care. But I go on vacation by myself. I don't have to have a dude with me to go on vacation. I just go on vacation by myself. Right? With this energy that I have, here come the dudes. I'm like, oh, leave me the hell alone. I'm not taking you home with me. I'm not, you know what I mean? But I can also just have a good time with someone. But, you know, nowadays I'm just nervous, like, well, what if he think it's something that it's not? For example, did you all hear about, where did they go? Where did she go? Where did she go? Let me make sure I got this right. Where did she go? I think they went to, it wasn't Trinidad. Where did they go? It wasn't Mexico. Let me just look it up. Let me look it up. Because I don't know if y'all heard about this recently, right? So let me see. So the story is, there were two sisters. One sister wanted to take her sister on vacation, right? So she took her on vacation with her, and they went to some country. I'm about to show you what country they went to. I just forgot. They went to some country, and this is Oh, you said what am I cooking? Um, so I'm making a few things. I'm meal prepping for the week. I'm making some zucchini soup. I'm going to saute those vegetables. I'm making a tofu scramble. I'm putting some potatoes. I'm cutting up some potatoes for the tofu scramble. I'm going to put some kale in the tofu scramble. This is the zucchini soup. And then this is tomatillos, which I'm going to make some salsa verde. And we have this is going into my tofu scramble, and these will be made tomorrow. I'm going to make some homemade tomato sauce, and then I'll be canning them. Yeah, I've been at this all damn day. It wasn't on purpose, but okay. So what happened? The girl, she wants to take her sister on vacation with her, and so they go on vacation. They decide. I think this was the first night they got there, which is crazy as f. First night they got there, they meet some generous guy, right? Dude, just because he buy you a drink doesn't mean his ass is generous. We need to up our standards, right? They meet this guy, whatever. They hired a private, they got an Airbnb. They hired a private driver, but at the club, the private driver, they canceled the private driver and was like, oh, we're just going to ride home with this generous guy that's been so nice to us. He's been buying us drinks all night. You don't think that he may have been trying to inhabit your reflexes, right? To lower your inhibitions? I don't know. But okay, she was 29. She was 29. I travel all the time. Usually, I take one of my boys with me. Right now, I'm in Italy. Love it. That's my home right now. I'm selling my home in California. Wow, that sounds good. Look, what you just told me sounds good. Italy is on my bucket list. You hear me? I wanted to go there for the food. Um, yes. So, and I travel. I don't have any boys. Kudos to you. I don't have anyone to travel with, so I travel by myself. Now, let me let you hear what happened. Now, this is the crazy part. This is the craziest part. Okay, so and I title it "Dear Young Black Girls." So it says 29-year-old. Let me let you see this while I'm reading it. 29-year-old Denisha Delancey went on vacation to St. Martin. Okay, somebody can't spell Saint, but it's St. Martin, so that's where she went. Went on a vacation went on vacation to St. Martin with her sister and tragically returned home in a casket. After leaving with a generous man they met at the club, he was targeted in a hit. Denisha, or I can't, oh, was. Denisha was an innocent bystander. Thank you so much. The food is fabulous. The population is 900 except during summertime. Wow. What part of Italy? Well, if you want to say. Um, I always want to go to Sicily, right? I want a Sicilian type slice of pizza to see if it's really, it's probably just totally different. But if I can get this weight off, I can go to Italy not only for the food, but also for the shopping. Because I was slim as hell in the Gambia. I didn't realize how slim I was. Okay, so now let's. This is crazy. This is absolute craziness. Wait until you hear this. So there was a TikTok. Let me see. Um, there's a TikTok video. You hear about the woman from Miami? You hear about the woman from Miami who went on vacation with her sister and ended up coming home in a casket. Denisha Delancey was just 29 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida. A certified baddie from Liberty City. She loved to go out. Hold on, because I want y'all to be able to see this whole thing. So let me see how I can play it for you so you could really see it. Let me see. Oh, let me take this out. How can I do this? Nope, can't do it that way. Oh, well, let me do it this way. There we go. This might be a little ghetto, but we doing this. Let me see. Okay. Oh, Venice. And travel on the gondolas. Atrini, Italy. That's like me since my husband passed. I don't have anyone to travel with. Donna, you can travel with me. Okay, so let's do this. You hear about the woman from Miami who went on vacation with her sister and ended up coming home in a casket. Denisha Delancey was just 29 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida. A certified baddie from Liberty City, she loved to go out, travel, and enjoy life. Now, did y'all see that? She just got off of a private jet. Did you see that? Casket. Denisha Delancey was just 29 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida. A certified baddie from Liberty City, she loved to go out, travel, and enjoy life. This March, they were planning to celebrate her sister Sincaria's 29th birthday by planning a trip to the island of St. Martin with another friend for the very first time. The three young ladies booked a beautiful Airbnb on the Dutch side of the island, along with a private driver. As soon as they arrived on the island, they went to the Airbnb, got cleaned up, and immediately went out to have fun at a day party. Later that night, they went to a club called the White Rabbit, and they met a man from Trinidad who was now living in St. Martin. He was being very generous and making sure that they were well taken care of. So, by the time the night ended, they told their private driver that they didn't need him anymore, and they decided to ride home with this man. You do not do that. Also booked an Airbnb just a few doors down from there. You don't do that. To the room, the birthday girl and their friend Sasha went inside, while Denisha decided she was going to hang out with the men a little bit more. The plan was for them to go back to his Airbnb and hang out. But instead, he drove her back to the club. And Denisha never made it back to her sister again. Her sister tried calling Denisha's phone over and over again, but there was no answer. Some hours later, they got a call from their private driver asking them if they were okay. And the girl said yes, but Denisha never made it back from hanging out with that man. When the driver heard this, he said, "Oh no, that man you were with, he was found dead early this morning." When the police first arrived on the scene, they thought it was just another traffic accident. But as they investigated, they saw that it was way more than that. Inside the car, they found a male driver and a female passenger, and they were both unresponsive. But when they investigated further, they realized that the crash was not the cause of their deaths. Police learned that the driver, Quincy Damon Sylvester, was a local businessman who was also suspected of being a drug lord. And police believe this murder was a targeted hit to execute him. They found camera footage showing that there was an unknown man following Quincy around the club all night long. These men allowed them to leave the club and go all the way back to the Airbnb. But when they returned, they took their shot and got their man. Denisha just happened to be with him. Denisha was laid to rest in Miami by her family, who continued to grieve the loss of their daughter. Denisha was having the time of her life, and then her life was taken. What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierica with the T. Follow for more. Tierica with the T. Now, let's talk about this, because this is, someone said this is an unbelievable story, very sad, unfortunate story, unbelievable, so sad, that's horrible. Now, I want to hear you all. I want to hear your take on it, because real talk, we know in the culture and the generation that I grew up in. What happened here? Oh, wait, you got rid of my, okay. The generation that I grew up in, you do not leave you unfortunately, what Denisha did went against code, right? You staying with a dude that you don't know, you just met in another country. Denisha was trying to secure that bag, right? He's spending money, he doing this. He's from Trinidad, but he's in St. Martin selling drugs, right? I feel so bad for her family, because she made the wrong decision. She made it home safely. This was the first night they got there. So ladies, oh man, this potato. We know that if we get there together, we lead together. We're not, oh, I met this dude. I'm going to spend what? Girl, you don't even know him. Now, who knows if those conversations were had between the sister and the friend, right? Or maybe their inhibitions were lowered because he was buying them drinks all night. All of those things come into play. You do not leave with someone you do not know. Now, she didn't know him. He probably told her, I'm a businessman, because when you go to another country, depending on where you are, if he was a drug lord, then people may have been afraid of him. They weren't going to tell her, like, this dude is a drug, and on top of that, when I was in the Gambia, dudes are the first thing they're trying to do is show off for the other dude, because contrary to how much people may not like Americans, having an American on your arm in these countries is a flex, right? So who knows if it was like that there? Got this American on my arm. He can't just, he's from Trinidad. He just can't come to America if he wants to, right? But these countries, these drug dealers, these people that live a totally different life over there, these criminals can floss and act like they're someone that we don't know. We just got to the country. She just got there. They drinking. Their inhibitions were probably lowered. And oh my God, this dude, you see him? He got this nice car. What was it, a Range Rover? It was turned to the side. But what she didn't know was they were watching this ninja. And if she would have just went home, went to her Airbnb and stayed, they would have got him, because he probably thought he was untouchable. They would have got him, and then Denisha and her friends, her friend and her sister, Denisha and company, would have heard from their driver. You remember the man y'all was with last night? He was buying y'all drinks, because I swear these foreign men, they gossip as much as the women. Okay? I just got some tea. I'm going to be sharing that with y'all this week. I just got some tea from the Gambia. I'm like, what? I did a video about that. Oh, well, let me give an update. But they're not going to say who this dude is. That dude, the driver would have came to them the next morning as soon as he saw them and said, remember the guy you were with? He was murdered last night. They found him dead. And they would have looked at Denisha and said, girl, that was we by the grace of God. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened, because Denisha made a wrong choice. Now, she's from Miami, native born. Miami is not without crime, right? But if she jet setting and she 20 some odd years old, I'm just not going, I'm just going to say it. We know that if you look a certain way, some of these dudes that are living foul, but they got money and will spend money on your ass. Um, that's just the end of it, right? If you look a certain way and these dudes are drug dealers and this is what they do, they want to have a pretty girl on their arm and this, that, and the third, and she got a badass body and this, that, and the third, they will buy, they will spend money on you as long as you are letting them hit it, right? Because I mean, dudes are not giving stuff away for free, especially drug dealers. What? These are the cheapest mofos on the planet. Even when they do have a whole bunch of money, they are stingy as hell. Right? They're stingy as hell. So I don't know how Denisha was living her life in Miami, but Denisha went to St. Martin and made the biggest mistake of her life. She thought that how she lives her life here, she can live her life like that in St. Martin. And she wasn't even there for 24 hours before their vacation turned into a damn nightmare and she was brought home in a casket. Stranger danger for real. Right? Stranger danger. That's what I told my kids, even my grandkids. No way I would drag her butt with me. Yeah. But, not knowing how said person would react, it can turn into something totally different. Now, yes, I agree, but some people be on vacation. They're like, man, I'm not going to argue with you. You grown. You think you know everything. I don't know what the conversations were. Right? But we know how some people can get when they just, everything is fine. And unfortunately, young people and older people sometimes are living in a fantasy world of, what do I always talk about? This false sense of security, right? So now, if they would have dragged her and brought her with them, she may have been mad, but that next morning, she would have been, God, thank you so much. Thank you. So, how many potatoes do I have? Okay, so I'm gonna have to take these, and I have enough. So I'm gonna put these in a bowl of water, and then I'll make them tomorrow. Let's rinse these off. But when I saw that, I said, "Oh hell no! I gotta talk about this." It's just I don't know. It's we hear and we say, "Man, that's a senseless murder." I think most of these, so many murders are senseless, right? People may try, unless it's self-defense. Many of these murders are just straight senseless. It's like, well, why the hell would you do that? That was just stupid, right? But that was a senseless murder. That girl did not have to die. She did not have to die, but the decisions that she made that night, and I don't know why she made those decisions. I don't know, what her life is like, but those weren't the right decisions to make. To walk off, I'm going to stay with him. I'm going to hang out with him. It's late. We already know what's up. So people do, like I said, people go on vacation and they have vacation romances. I never knew that because I grew up in church, and evidently I grew up in a damn cult where we were protected. I didn't know any of these things happen in life. I'm like, what the hell is this? Didn't know any of these things happen. Okay, so we're almost ready for this to go into the pan. Okay. And I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna put, is this hot yet? This is probably not even hot yet. Girl, you just cut the stove on. Okay. So once that gets hot, I'm gonna throw the potatoes in the grease first, she would have been alive. She would have most definitely been alive if someone would have made a judgment call. But we just don't know what happened behind the scenes. We don't know if they told her, we don't know if they said, girl, you don't need to go. You need to stay your behind here. What? He got money. He's this. He's a businessman. You see that car? And I don't know. I'm just talking, right? As to what we hear some young people saying. But she would have been alive. And it's just so unfortunate, right? Like she was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they wanted him. Now, did he know that? Probably. They were supposed to go back to his Airbnb. Did you catch that? But he took her back to the club. Now, maybe he wanted to party more. Maybe he thought that as long as she's with me, they're not going to do anything. You didn't think that he didn't know that some people wanted him dead? I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. I believe he knew that they wanted him. I believe that wholeheartedly. That somebody wanted him, that he knew that he was in some trouble. That's what I believe. And instead of him, because he could have took her back to his Airbnb, if she's going back to the Airbnb and she liquored up, he about to get some. But he wasn't thinking about that. I think he had this false sense of security. Oh, well, if she's with me, they not gonna come after me. They didn't shot up the vehicle and killed her too. They're like, we don't care about her. She's an American. Who knows what was said? But it's just extremely unfortunate that this has happened to this girl. Because it didn't have to happen. I had to, let me see. I think we had sound. I just had to cut it off, cut it back on, make sure everything was good to go. But I think we're good. Okay. There we go. You said there is no code of honor. Rupit said there is no code of honor anymore. No. And he put her out there to deal with something that I don't know what her life was in America. Ooh. I think I used too many potatoes, right? But that's okay. We're going to wash these. I don't know what her life was in America, but it's unfortunate because it did not, I just feel like it didn't have to happen. Are these the onions? Yeah. Wait, no, I already have onions. I already have onions in here. Okay. So normally I make this in this big pan. Oh, I'm going to have to move it. This is a lot. Normally I make this in that pan over there. That's what I normally make it in. So I will be moving this. I'm going to get everything out of here. And then eventually I'm going to move it because I still have to put the kale in here. And I got to put some water in here. I still have to put the kale in here and the mushrooms. This be so good, y'all. This be so damn good. I love this. Let me just put a little bit more of this in here. This is nutritional yeast flakes. Okay. And I'm going to make a little bit of salsa, the salsa verde. I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients in, okay, in a container. The rest of the mushrooms, because I'll be cooking them with something else. This meal normally lasts me for about, if I have other meals, within about 4 to 5 days, if that, this will be gone. Yeah, that will be gone. Oh wait, water, rocking everywhere. And this is my tofu scramble. I have to turn this down. I had it up really high. Okay. Turn it down. And it's not going to cook the way I want it to cook. I know it's not, because this pan is so damn small. But that's okay. I'm going to let it cook. I'm going to let it do what it do. And then, like I said, I'm going to swap it out. Okay, so now, what do I have to do with this? Let me put this oil back. It's 8:43, y'all. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm not even making the fish tonight. I'm not even going to make it tonight. I'm tired. My goodness, are you feeding an army? I would have to freeze some of that. I couldn't eat all that food. So I am cooking for the week. So some of this soup may be frozen, right? But I'm cooking for the week. This is salsa. So I'm canning this, like I said. And this is a meal. So I'm cooking for the week. When I cook for the week. I cook quite a bit of meals. So that way I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm running home. I'm getting home late. I have to make this. I have to make that. And then if I'm tired, what happens? Oh, let me just grab some fast food. I don't want that to happen. So I cook a lot of my meals, and I cook a lot of my meals at one time. So with fitness people, when fitness people are cooking their food for the week, because they do meal prep, right? A lot of the trainers and people that are trying to eat right, they're doing meal prep. So, and it takes all day. They're making chicken, they're roasting chicken, they're making steak, they're making their complex carbs, preparing their complex carbs. They are cooking. It takes time. It takes time. And with me, I'm not even cooking meat and stuff. A lot of the foods that I'm making is from scratch. So I really have to do what I have to do, right? I'm starting from scratch. So let me put this in a bag. I have some more cilantro. Let me put that in a bag. I need to put that in a bigger bag. Okay. Uh-oh. No. Fruit fly, you're going to die. You're going to die. But I can say I have these lights on, and I have only seen one bug, one. So I'm extremely happy about that because my blinds were on my screen, my kitchen window screen was on backwards. That's when maintenance flipped it over. And then my sliding door, you know how it has that little flap? That was on backwards. So that's why I kept seeing bugs all up in this piece. Because the bugs was like, oh, wait, she told us to come in. Yeah, she left that open for us. So, okay, I need to cover this. And then I'm going to, yeah, I need to cover this. Oh my God, I gotta switch this to another pan. I have to switch this to another pan. Let me just, let me get a lid to cover it. Is this it? No, I think it's the red one. So I kind of, I do it two ways. Okay, bug. That's because I'm about to wash these dishes. You like, oh my gosh, you about to leave all this food for me? No, I'm not. Okay, so I cut this on. I just put a little bit of water in there, and you see I don't have it fully covered, right? I'm gonna wash these little bit of dishes. I was gonna throw them in the dishwasher, but there's only a few. But I do need to pack up the salsa so I can blend that tomorrow. I'm not doing that tonight. I'm tired. I'm not even frying the fish tonight. I'll find something else in my refrigerator to eat. I have the soup, right? I showed y'all. I have my homemade soup that I made, and I also have my lentils that I made. So I have something to eat. I'm not going to make any tuna fish or anything because if I make something, then that's going to add to the food that I'm eating this week. And I want to make sure that I eat all of the food that I'm making this week, which is not a lot. It's only 2 meals. It's the soup, and then it's the what do you call that? The tofu scramble. Right? The other stuff is just condiments. That is taking me forever to effing make. That's it. The other stuff is just condiments. So I'll blend that tomorrow. I will boil the tomatoes tomorrow. I will have enough ice. My refrigerator would have, my freezer would have, or my ice maker would have made a whole tray of ice by tomorrow. So I'll be able to blanch the ice. I meant blanch the ice. Blanch the tomatoes. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I'll be able to blanch the tomatoes. And once I blanch them, then I'll be able to throw them in a pot, put the seasoning in it, and let it cook down. I do have some fire roasted tomatoes and diced tomatoes, some green chili ones. I bought them when they were on sale, like they were like 25 cents a can or something. So I'm going to throw that in there because it's going to give it a nice little kick. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to use them again. So now with some of the tomatoes, what I did want to do is I wanted to make some red salsa. I wanted to make the red salsa as well. Now, I may do it. I may do all of that tomorrow. Make the tomato sauce. Am I going to be tired? Yes. But as I keep telling people, we will sleep when we're dead. Okay? We get some naps in here and there, but basically we're going to sleep when we're dead. If you are a responsible adult, then we know that you may not be getting all the sleep that you want to get. You may try. I'm going to bed early tonight, I've been trying to, that's it. We'll sleep when we dead. We're going to have to get this stuff done anyway, right? So, but I know when I take days like this and I'm cooking and I'm doing this all day and things like that, it's for my health. So if I can't do this for myself, then what the hell am I doing with my life? Right? Because charity begins at home. And my charity for myself is making sure that I have eaten properly, that I'm eating properly, and that I'm doing what I need to do for myself. I want to hit my weight goals. This is how I do it. Right? Now I can go out and, well, I'm going to go and eat this vegan dish every day, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Just eating vegan doesn't mean we have fat vegans, right, Letitia? We have fat vegans. She got a book. She says fat vegan or something. I don't know. But she eat candy instead of eating food. She want to eat candy. But I guess I would eat the candy too if somebody gave it to me for free. So I'm like, I don't want it. Don't give it to me. Don't give it to me, right? Here you go. No, thank you. I appreciate you, but I can't have that. So I can eat, vegan food every night and going out. But how is that going to help me? First of all, it's going to destroy my damn pockets. Right? It's going to, give me 1 second. I'm just washing dishes and I will read your comments. It's going to destroy my pockets if I'm eating out every day. It's just, some people, we have to choose what we will take our time to do. Someone in Africa said to me, oh my God, 3 hours later, you're still cooking. And I said to myself, but you don't cook, B. You said you don't cook. You make eggs, you make tea, you make coffee, you make a bagel. You don't cook, so you don't know how long it takes to cook food. But another black woman, right? Just want to insult. But it's all good. But yeah. So, yes, I'm tired. Yes, I complain. Oh my God, it took me all day to do this. But in the end, and I told you, I'm getting in the bathtub. I don't give a damn what time it is. It's Saturday night. I'm getting in the damn bathtub to take me a nice bubble bath. But no matter what, when I lay down to go to sleep, I'm going to say to myself, you did it. Yes, you're tired as hell, but you did it and you got it done. Kudos to you. That's it. And then X amount of months, no. X amount next week or 2 weeks from now, who knows how long my food is going to last, probably a full week. What happens? What am I going to say? Oh, time to do this again. But I might not cook as much stuff as this. I might just go ahead and make. So now I need to have it uncovered, you see? I might just go ahead and make some beans. Or some beans, some black eyed peas, things like that. So I go back and forth. But this is part of being an adult, right? Freaking making all these different meals and got to come up with all these different meals to make. And this is part of adulting. What am I going to eat for dinner? Now, McDonald's and Burger King and all these other places will say, come here. Here's what's for dinner. And then you'll be crying later like, oh my God, I didn't gain all this damn weight eating this damn fast food. So this is what I have to do. Oh, okay. This is my life. This is my life. How about yours? This is our life. Okay, so I am going to, like I said, I'm going to make a small thing. Let me just move this. Okay, so I cleaned this bowl. Let me make sure. Okay. So let's move this. And I can read the comments here. Okay, so I understand. Hold on. I understand. I gave up carbs fried foods. I air fry my chicken, steamed vegetables, a lot of salads and fruit. I do drink Boathouse protein shakes. I lost 40 pounds in 2 months. My goal weight, I'm at my goal weight, 110 pounds. I knew you were talking about air frying the chicken. So yes, Red Hazel, you know what I'm talking about, right? When we have, when we're trying to hit goal weights and things like that, we have to eat properly. And we have to eat properly. It's so funny when someone takes away they like. I must have said something they didn't like. Probably about the black women. But I look, I'm a black woman, and I say these things because I hope people will change. Like, there's no reason for older black women to be treating younger black women this way. There's no reason. There's no reason for that. Unless that person is super miserable with their lives. Okay, so let me turn this down. Let me cover this. Where's the lid? This is just going to piss me off until I get it into a bigger pan. Okay, so let's do this. Right? Let me move this. Where is my little, oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. You little piece of shit. It's a little fruit fly. Now he thinks, oh my God, it smells so good in here. She's going to leave all this food for me. I'm not leaving anything for you, my ninja. Nothing am I leaving for you. Everything is going to be clean when we are dafaje, when we are finished. Okay, so I was able to taste this with my finger, and it wasn't that bad. Okay, so with that being said, I don't know how spicy it's going to be, but I did taste it. It was like a little sweet. It was really good. Okay, so now let me wash this pan so that way I can transfer everything over from one pan to the next, because I need that to be in this bigger pan. And then, sooner or later I will be buying new pans, because I'm like, damn, Shantae, you need some new pans as well. But I'm ecstatic to be. All right, let me just let that sit. Food you may think like, oh, it's gonna stick. When it comes to vegetables, it'd be tricking you. It'll stick for a hot second, but once that water hits it, it's breaking right down. That's what I also love about eating the way I eat. I love that, because if it's meat, it's gonna stick to that pan. It's this, that, and the third. Oh my gosh, we gotta let it soak. It's not like that with my vegan dishes. Even if I eat something that is plant-based, process, it's still not even like that with the plant-based process. It'll come right off. Okay, we're almost done. We are almost done. Okay, this is okay. All right, so I'm gonna make a little bit of this. Tay, are you not pretending to plant flowers in your side yard tonight? I'm doing all those things. I'm doing all those things because I'm a superwoman. You didn't know? I'm gonna plant. I'm gonna go plant a tree in the backyard. I'm gonna put up my tent as well. I'm gonna steam my floors tonight. I'll probably be in bed about 3 o'clock. I'm going to take me a bubble bath. I'm gonna do all those things tonight. I'm gonna fix my hair. Yep, because that's what superwomen do. I'm not your superwoman. I'm gonna do it all. I'm on the East Coast. We got like 3 more hours. We got 3 hours on the West Coast, people. Okay, so let me get the cilantro. So I am gonna make a little bit of. I'm gonna make a small thing of. Where's my cilantro? Where's the cilantro? Oh, where the hell is it? I know it's in this refit. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it says, okay, so we're gonna blend lime juice, salt, pepper, and half a cup of fresh cilantro. So I'm not use. I'm going to be. Uh, uh, I'm going to be just playing it by ear. Are you talking about my backyard lights? My lights in. Let me see. It took her 2 hours to place Walmart lights on the wall. Well, I mean, and how is that? How? What? It did take me that time, Samuel Wilkinson Jr., but never once did you offer to come over here and help. This is something new for me. So, yes, it took me that time. But thank you for watching. If you watch, that it took me that much time to do it. Thank you for that. I will never let anyone make me feel bad about me learning how to do something that I've never done. And I suggest that you all don't let anyone make you feel that way either. This is my first yard, my first house with a backyard. And yeah, I did it myself. It took me 2 hours, but I did it. I did it. I did it. So my protein comes from my vegetables. Vegetables have protein. You don't have to eat dead meat to get protein. I don't know if you knew that, but um, yeah. So seeing how I get beans from protein, I don't have to eat meat to get protein. That's what some of these people tell you, but I was at my best when I didn't eat meat. I eat fish sometimes, but even spinach has protein. Go ask Mike Tyson, how does he get his protein? Whatever. You see what I mean? Samuel Wilkinson, why are you here? Right? You keep coming back just to argue. So if you say no wonder why you're not losing weight, then you just came around. What happened when I lost 70 pounds eating a strict pescatarian diet? Right? So how about you just go to hell, right? Because I'm really tired of you. I don't know what is up with some of these men that just come on here and you just want to argue. You just want to argue. Get a fucking life. Get a life. Get a wife. It's something wrong with you. So people want to say, oh, this, that, and the third. Ninja, I am losing inches. There's a difference between losing pounds, losing inches. But how about it's none of your business, right? If I'm not doing what you're doing, and if I'm doing this and I never lose any weight, then you could say, well, I was right. But I know my body, and this wasn't my first rodeo. Okay? So you think that someone is just going to lose weight overnight? No. I'm going to go back and check your page, Samuel Wilkinson. I want to see what you look like since you have all of this advice. And then you don't know my body. What if I can't eat meat, right? This is why you're not losing any weight because you ain't eating protein. So what about the people that are vegan? How do they stay so slim? The ones that's eating right, not eating a bunch of sugar and bread. Huh? So what about Mike Tyson, who is a vegan? What are you saying about that? What about the people that drink protein shakes? You sound stupid. And I eat fish. But, people will try to tell you this, that, and the third, but you don't know my body. You don't know when people say, oh, that's why you're not losing weight because you don't eat protein. I don't have to eat meat to get protein. Okay? Maybe I should show a picture of what I look like and show what I used to look like. And oh, that's no meat. Okay. But Samuel Wilkinson Jr., I hope you find the peace that you need because you have a serious hate for certain women or just for women, period. And I feel bad for you. So I put him in timeout yesterday like a child, right? So here he come back, da 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 da. Well, now you're hidden from the channel, my ninja. Now you can never say anything. So whether you watch or not, I don't have to interact with your raggedy ass. Kudos to you for that. I don't understand. What I eat don't make you shit. So what difference does it make to you? Oh, let the pan get really hot. I don't understand these people. And they swear they think they know what they're talking about, but you haven't seen me. What you're seeing is me, PTSD, gained all this fucking weight, dealing with these stupid ass black people. And you're seeing me get it off me. But you act like it's going to come off overnight. No. Unless I want to take some goddamn Ozempic, it's not going to come off overnight. And it's a process. And as long as I do it the way I'm supposed to do it, and eating right and changing, not doing, I'm going to get skinny quick, let me do this. No, it's a change of life. It's a change of lifestyle. It's a way of life. As long as I do it that way, I'm going to get it off and I'm going to keep it off. But I'm also going to stay away from certain black people that act like you, Mr. Samuel Wilkinson. Okay? But there's a reason why Beyonce goes vegan every time she goes on tour. Because we know you're eating a bunch of plant-based meals. Your body has nothing else to do but shrink. Sometimes I wish that I was like Carrie and I could just look and set some of these people off. Some of these people are just stupid. And they really do make my blood boil. I'm like, are you really that dumb? Are you really that ignorant? How did you get to the age that you are? Why didn't your mother abort you? Let me stop. I mean, if they can come on and say mean and hateful things, then I can do the same thing, right? They're like, Tay, you shouldn't. Well, Jesus is still working on me, okay? I'm not fully there yet. Okay. All right, so let's see this. I do understand that it gets hard to lose weight. You know, I don't know. This is the first time I've been the age that I am, so we're gonna see. Because I mean, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I was able to keep it off, but I also lost 5 figures, and I also no victim. I'm just saying what happened. I was betrayed by some older black women. I got a 60-year-old stalker. You know, my name has been defamed and this, that, and the third. So there is a lot of PTSD, and me not eating the way I'm supposed to eat. Now, I get my protein from my beans, from my vegetables. I get my protein shakes. So when people say, oh, you have to have this amount of protein and this, that, and the third, I'm not getting it from meat. I get it from chickpeas. I get it from beans. I get it from tuna fish. I'm getting it from different avenues. So I drink more protein shakes than anything because I'm not eating a bunch of meat. I'm not eating fish every day. And I was at my best. So, you know, people can give you advice, but when I know that I've done it before, nobody can tell me how my body reacts to certain things, especially when I don't eat meat. Nobody can tell me anything. I was at my best mentally, physically, emotionally. So, and I choose not to eat meat. I don't want my stomach to hurt. And I know that I can't eat red meat. Chicken makes my stomach hurt. Turkey makes my stomach hurt. I'm just not supposed to be eating it. And I'm listening to my body. But there are different ways to get protein. It doesn't have to be from a bunch of meat for me. To each their own. If people want to eat the way they eat, then that's fine. But I don't have to get protein from animals. People are like, oh, you should drink milk. Milk does your body good. What about the lactose intolerant people? So it's just people need to understand what works for their body may not work for the next person. Mike Tyson is currently not a strict vegetarian, though he followed a plant-based diet for many years, starting in 2020, to improve his weight loss and recover from his addiction. He has since reintroduced meat, specifically citing the consumption of wild game like elk and bison to feel stronger, particularly during his training for comebacks. Say you need a gram of protein per body weight, 8 grams, so you probably need 150 grams of protein, if not much more. Why are you saying Mike Tyson is vegan? Fake news take is blaming obesity on black people. You see? So whoever Dan loves you is, right? Okay. All right. So she eats fish. If you eat a farm of them, but you're not getting enough, you would lose weight on a keto diet. Everyone does, no eggs. Okay, so yep, I'll be crazy. I'll be crazy. I'll be all that. Whatever. It's probably the same person. But maybe I should show a picture, right? When they say, oh, blah, oh, well, she was slim then. She was this. That was my strict pescatarian diet, nutrition, what I ate, my lifestyle, my strict pescatarian lifestyle. So I just argue with the other person about what you need, and this person, oh, this, that, and the third. Whatever, Danny. Danny love, you can go to hell too, Danny. If I'm crazy, why are you on here? I don't stalk people that I don't like. Oh, I don't like what they're saying. Then you won't see me on your page. But some of these people are absolutely miserable. So they try to tell me, you're not going to lose weight. You're not going to do this. Okay, so I'll just post it. I'll post the picture. Because, in the beginning, people would tell you, they'll laugh at you, right? You're not doing that right. Then they'll ask you how you did it. So you just got to leave people where they are, especially when you know what you have done yourself. That's the thing. If this was my first journey and I never hit my weight loss goals or my goal weight ever, I hit it 3 times. It's just that this time knocked me over so bad, right? Am I blaming my weight loss on black people? Yes, I am. My weight gain. Yes. You lose 16 effing figures, my ninja. You lose 16 stacks, and let me see how non-stressed you are, because some of these people will go out and kill somebody. If they lost that much money. So yes, I am blaming the emotional PTSD on those black people that want to say, we love you, we care about you. Yes. Yes. Yo, I'm tired. I'm washing the last amount of dishes while that cooks. That soup is pretty much done. So I'm going to cut that off. I need to let that cool off. I'm not blending anything until tomorrow. When I was a strict pescatarian, not one time, and I was eating more plant-based meals than anything, right? So the person says, oh, that's fake news. But you just read that he was a strict pescatarian. Was he not? So if he's not now, but wasn't he at that time? People are stupid. But they have taken critical thinking out of school. So, oh, damn. I'm going to drop the pot. They have taken critical thinking out the school. So maybe they just don't know how to critically think. The point is, he was a vegan, was he not? I don't care whatever reasons he was doing it for. Was he not a vegan? Why did he incorporate back into his body is between him and whatever. But he was a vegan. Did you not read that part? It didn't fit your argument, right? But I don't know why people get so mad that you don't, if you don't eat meat. Like literally, people would get my family, oh, you need this, you need that. Well, where were y'all when I was 244 pounds? Y'all wasn't saying anything about what I need to be eating then. Never said not one word. But now I start losing weight and it's like, oh, well, we need to tell you what to do. I don't need your advice now. You should have been giving me advice when I was 244 pounds. Greetings, Travelcado. How are you? I'm just going off on these stupid people in these YouTube streets that talk crazy. Thank you so much. This is my, okay, this is the soup. This is done. I'm going to let that cool off and then I will be, I'll blend it up tomorrow. This is my tofu scramble. It just needed to be in a bigger pan so it can really cook. I put some kale in there, it has some potatoes in there, some peppers, some mushrooms are in here as well. I probably should have put a few more mushrooms in there. So Sam Wilkinson and Danny Loveboy, they're probably the same damn person because, you know, mental illness really is. They'll call you crazy, but they'll have multiple pages. Multiple pages to harass people. That's mental illness. That is mental illness. I got to go and create another page to stalk and harass you. That if that person doesn't have a life, I feel bad for them. They don't have a life at all. I don't have that type of time on my hands. Do you see how long it makes? Oh wait, that's the wrong damn lid for this. You see how long it takes me to cook? I don't have time for this. So he's like, oh, you don't have any protein. I forgot. I do have mushrooms, right? But I think people that, and I just cut meat out my system and look at the people coming out the woodwork. I just don't understand why people that don't eat meat, why people that eat meat or eat yogurt or dairy, why they are so angry with someone that chooses to eat differently from them. I don't understand the hate. I can tell you've already lost weight. Great job. Keep it up. Definitely not easy. Thank you, Travel Cado. And I may not see all of it, but I also didn't see how slim I was when I was in the Gambia. I didn't see it. But when you have been a certain weight, it's kind of, sometimes there's body dysmorphia. So you don't necessarily see, I may not necessarily see the weight loss until I really put a comparison picture. I'm like, hot damn, here we go again. Okay, so now let's turn this around. This is what we're doing now. We're going to let that cook. Let me turn this on for about 10 minutes. I can't believe I'm still cooking, but it is what it is. I am going to make this now. Where's the, Lord Jesus? How am I going to mix something? I ain't even put this on here, right? Okay. All right. I think I can. Okay. So let's see what this says. This says, plus, when you lose weight, it takes time. Like people think, oh, she just started eating like this, that, and the third. I've been training for forever, but I know that if I don't eat properly and take meat and dairy out my system, my body is really not going to make any changes. 10 years ago, I was able to eat meat, lost a whole bunch of weight, but I was also in the gym early in the morning and in the evening. So, okay, so it says, okay, it says a fresh cup of cilantro. Now, this is for making a pound. I'm not making a pound. I am going to put a little bit more in here. Okay. It says a half a cup of cilantro. This is how much cilantro I'm putting in there. Is this a half a cup? I probably don't even need to put that much in there, right? Cilantro is very strong. If it's too strong, at least I have more tomatillos to mix with it. I have the roasted tomatillos. I'm not blending that tonight. I'm just going to put that in a container and that's it. We're going to put some salt, some pepper in here. Some salt. Oh, that's probably too much salt. That's all right. If it's too salty, then I'll put more in there. Some pepper. Is that tomatillo sauce? I always wanted to learn how to make that. Travocado, yes, I'm making some salsa verde with the tomatillos that I made. These were sauteed in the pan, but I have these that are roasted. These are the ones that I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm tired making all this from scratch. I'm just a little tired. I still have to make the tomato sauce, but look, so I roasted some. So they said to make tomatillo or salsa verde using tomatillos, you can either saute them in the pan like I did these. I'm sorry if I'm making you confused. You can either do them like this, you can roast them, or you can boil them. I just felt like I was going to get a better flavor if I roasted and sauteed as opposed to boiling, right? I thought I only had a little bit of travocado. It ended up being 4+ pounds. Some of the people guessed 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds. I think it was more 4.5 pounds. I have 4.5 pounds of tomatillos. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for being a subscriber and a member. I appreciate you for that. Okay, so we have this. And this is why I continue to do it. Yes, there are some horrible people that come on here and say stuff. I feel bad when I have to curse them out and things like that. But I continue to stay online like this. Why? Because of people like you all. Most people aren't jerks. It's just that the jerks are so loud that it seems like those are the only people on the planet who are the ASS holes, right? So I appreciate you all. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Blend the roasted veggies with half a cup of fresh cilantro, half a cup of white onions. Dang, I think I put too much. This is why I feel like I know I'm going to put that on my list as well. I need a bigger food processor. This is, it may look big from the top, but this is how small it is, right? So I know I need a bigger food processor. So I'm going to put that on my wish list, right? I'm just getting my wish list together. So as things come together, I can go ahead and buy certain things that I need. I want to get some more pots and pans, some more utensils, because I am cooking more. I love this kitchen. Now, excuse me, some people may have a kitchen and they may love it and they may never be in it cooking. That's between them and God, them and their damn stove. But for me, I love being in this kitchen cooking. And all I've ever wanted was an island anyway. So now I have an island. You can't tell me nothing. And some appliances that sing to me. Okay, how much am I supposed to be putting in here? A half a cup. I think that's a half a cup. I think that's a half a cup. I don't measure anything, y'all. Okay. They said put some lime juice in here. So this is Travocado. You came at the right time. You came at the right time because I did a live earlier and in my mind I thought, oh, this is going to be quick. Y'all, that prep took forever. And then I didn't have enough cilantro. So when I used to do Instacart, people would order like 3 batches of cilantro. And I would say to myself, what the hell are they making? Where they have all these batches of cilantro. What are they making? I said to my mom today, now I know what they're making. Now I know what they're making. They're making salsa. And they have like 4 pounds of freaking tomatillos like I do. Oh, perfect. You're on the treadmill. I wanted to work out today. This is why I have to work out early in the morning. I wasn't even able to get my workout in. But it's okay because I honestly didn't take in a lot of calories today either. I really didn't. So this says a tablespoon of lime juice. So after you either roast, boil, or saute the tomatillos, after you do that, and they have cooled off, right? Now they are soft enough to blend. That's when you put in your onions, your fresh cilantro, your fresh cilantro, your lime juice, and salt and pepper to taste. So I was supposed to be making fish. Wait, hold on. I was supposed to be making some fish and sauteing these daggone what are they? The squash, bell peppers. I might still do that tonight. But it's 9:30, which means I'm not gonna be able to take my bubble bath. Okay, wait. It said pulse. Pulse in a food processor or blender for a chunky sauce, or blend longer for smooth. Okay. Wait. Nope. Have to chop. Oh, why does it seem like? Why are you trying to come up? Okay, so I feel like. Okay, so something's not right. Okay, let me see. Is it right? It doesn't. You don't. I don't feel like you're locked in. I don't. Wait. Okay. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You don't feel locked in for me. I'm a little nervous. You feel like you're just gonna explode everywhere, and I don't want to have to clean that up. Okay, so can you work with me today? Now you're locked in that way, and now you're locked in that way. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay. Now let me see. Mm, I think I put too much lime juice in there. Mm, feel like it's missing something. Maybe a little bit more salt and pepper. Okay, so let me see. This is okay. So maybe it's missing the avocado. This is salsa verde that I got from El Pollo Loco. Doesn't look too different, right? I think they put. Mm, I feel like it needs some more peppers. This one is very spicy. I feel like it needs some more peppers. It definitely needs a little bit more salt. I put too much lime in there, so I probably need to put a few more tomatillos in there. Let me see. I did put the full amount of lime, and I shouldn't have, right? Oh, y'all, that's going to overflow. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. Well, it's coming out. It's coming out. But it tastes good. So I am going to put, I want to put, I just wanted to make it just to see what it was going to taste like. I do need to go and get some avocados. So someone asked me earlier, are you going to put some avocados in there? And that way, I know that some people put avocados in there to make it more creamy. And so I do want to put some avocados in there, but I feel like I want to get some more serrano peppers because it's not giving me that kick that I want. I want it to be more spicy, and it's not. So I want to put some more serrano peppers in there. But this is it. Now I'm going to put this in a container. I'm not going to mix it with everything else. But my next batch, I'm not going to put as much lime juice in there. I just put too much lime juice in there. But this is my salsa verde. I'm going to put it in a container and doctor it up just a little bit tomorrow. And then this is done. This is my, wait, is it done? Wait, nope. My potatoes are still a little hard. So this is not done. But I have to make the tomato sauce just like I had to make the tomatillos. Because if I don't, then it's going to go bad. I'm going to close that. I'm going to put a little bit more water in here. I thought I was going to make my body butter. Y'all, I thought I was going to do a whole bunch of things tomorrow. And my cooking schedule said, no. No. That's what it said. It said no. So I'll make the spaghetti sauce tomorrow. I'll blend the tomatillo, the salsa verde. I will blend that tomorrow. I will also blend the rest of my zucchini soup tomorrow. I'll do all that stuff tomorrow because it's not happening tonight. It's over tonight. I'm going to put the sauce in here. Let's turn you around this way. I have my onions that will go in the refrigerator. The lime juice will go in the refrigerator. The salsa verde that they have will go in the refrigerator. But I know, like, I don't even really go into El Pollo Loco anymore because I'm not eating the chicken. I did have a shrimp salad. Oh, that was so good. A shrimp tostada. But I don't, it was delicious, but that's the only type of fish that they made. And I don't want to get in the habit of eating shrimp because I know I don't eat shrimp like that. So I don't want to get in the habit of eating that. So yes, so I added some salt to this in the mixture before I blended it, but I feel like it needs some more salt. It still needs to be doctored up just a little bit. I put too much lime in there, so the lime is overpowering everything else. But I do have another bowl of salsa verde. I mean, not salsa verde, the tomatillos. I have some more of these, right? And then I also have the roasted ones. So I made it two ways. And I probably should have been measuring, right? Because cilantro is strong, but it's not, the cilantro is not what's overpowering. It's the lime juice. I put a tablespoon of lime juice, and I don't think I should have because I don't even think that that was a pound of tomatillos. But it's okay. I'll doctor it up tomorrow. We have, now I'm not going to lie, I think I like it this way better. They look drier, right? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Travelcado said, I admire your determination. Every time I go to the other place, I'm asking them for, there's like, any salsa? I'm like, salsa verde. And I'm like, cuatro. I used to say tres. Tres, por favor. Now I say cuatro so I can have some at home, right? And they always give it to me. But I think I really do, once I mix this up, put a little bit more stuff in there, I think it'll be better. I think it'll be better. I just put too much lime in there. So the lime is semi-overpowering it. But these, oh my goodness, hold on. These look so much better, right? I have this here so I can see the comments at the same time. These look so much better. So the next time I get some tomatillos, I probably will not saute them. I probably would just go ahead and put them in the pan to be roasted. I think that they're just going to taste so much better. But I am putting them in the El Pollo Loco container. This is my tostada. If I get a tostada, they put it in that container. Now, I did see at Safeway that I can buy the tostada, the bowls. What? I can buy those and make that myself? Of course I want to do that now, right? A tostada salad. I can make my own fish. I don't have to worry about the shrimp, right? I just don't know how to make Spanish rice. They use the Spanish rice. But, I mean, I could use some basmati rice and put what I need to do in it, put in it to make it a Spanish rice. I think somebody did tell me about how to make some Spanish rice. I just didn't get a chance to screenshot it. But I know enough Latin people to tell me how to make some Spanish rice, right? They use sour cream and then they put some red salsa. They put I do want to make some red salsa myself as well with some of those tomatoes, because I don't want to make all just spaghetti sauce. Like, I don't eat pasta like that to make all spaghetti sauce. It would literally be sitting up there for 12 months and then it'll go to waste, right? I don't want that to happen. So, but yeah, I can make that myself. I'm sure as hell gonna try. Especially once I saw the bowls, the tostada bowls. I'm like, oh, I can make this myself. Okay. I'm gonna wash these last few bits of dishes. Yes. It only took me all day. Wait, you said flour tortillas. Wait, I've seen people bake a tortilla in the oven, over in oven safe bowl, pan, and make their own tortilla bowls. Girl, thank you, Travel Cado. Thank you for that. Now I want to try that, right? There's so many things to and ways to cook, and this is why I love doing this online. Yes, I do get some idiots that come on here, say this, say that, say this, say that. Those are naysayers. And once things is done and I have hit my goal weight, not even just about my goal weight, but being more comfortable in my skin. Once that's done, then I'm gonna say, now what were you saying? What were you saying? But I love doing this in spite of the dumb people that come on here, because other people, we share recipes. We share different ways of making things. And I love that. I love that for all of us. Because some of us are really trying to elevate. We're trying to elevate the way we eat. We know that elevating the way we eat is going to elevate our minds. You know, and that's who I want to be around. Like-minded folk. There's always going to be a dummy out there talking crazy. There's always going to be that. Always. But being around the people that are like-minded and share in the same thoughts as you makes a difference. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, close this refrigerator. Oh, why won't you close? What's here that won't make you close? Okay. Let me see. Okay. I'll just put that down there. That's fine. Okay. You're good? All right. So this should be done by now. I love flour tortillas though, but that's interesting. So all they're doing is frying it, well, baking it to make it. That's interesting. To make it hard like that. I never knew how they made it. So once it starts to stick to the bottom, I know that it's cooking. So I just took, what Letitia told me, and I made it my own. So if I eat this is a full meal. So when them two silly mofos, oh, you're not getting any protein. You do not. So tofu, what is that? Is that not protein? Mushrooms, what is that? Is that not protein? Beans, what is that? Is that not protein? I could eat fresh tortillas every day. Yo, I think both of us will be that big, right? But they're so good. They really are so good. But I also know that I have to eat them in moderation. When I lost the weight straight up, I was just telling my mom I lost 39 pounds in 4 months. When I first, my first, when my first lifestyle change, when I first started my lifestyle change in June of 2006, I was strict. I wouldn't eat any fried foods. I wouldn't eat past 7. I was walking every day. Well, I started off on my aunt gave me like this elliptical ski machine, right? And I would do that for 15 minutes. So that's how I started off. And then I would do push-ups up against the wall because I knew I couldn't do push-ups on my knees. I mean on my um straight up, right? Off my just push-ups. I just knew I couldn't do a regular push-up. But I didn't realize that people do push-ups on their knees. But I just did what I thought would be good for my body. And I dropped 39 pounds in 4 months. I said, what the F? Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Now, at that time, I was still eating chicken. That was before I left New Jersey. But I knew, and I said, you know, I kept saying, you know, one day I want to stop eating chicken. One day I want to stop eating meat. And we fasted. I was going to this Moorish Science Temple of America, and we fasted for Ramadan. I quit smoking cigarettes. They were like, we're going to eat raw, whatever. I wasn't eating any raw anything. But was that when I stopped eating meat? I don't know. That's not when I stopped eating meat. I met someone out here, and they were becoming a pescatarian. And even though he was trying to date me, but he was an alcoholic. I was like, I don't want an alcoholic, Ninja. You wowing. But one thing that I did learn from him is that's when I kept it going and became a strict pescatarian. I was a pescatarian for 4 years. I wouldn't eat any scavengers. I wouldn't eat no shrimp, nothing like that. I wouldn't eat any scavengers. But and then I was lifting. I just dropped the weight. I was eating beans. I wasn't really eating any fried foods. I was making my beans. I was just eating like Thanksgiving every day, but it was plant-based meals. So it was a bunch of sides. I would eat vegan mac and cheese. I would make collard greens without any meat. I would make whatever type of beans I wanted to make. That was my meat. Sometimes I would eat fish, but most of the time I was eating plant-based meals. And but I became very creative in the kitchen. Very creative. I made zucchini boats and all this other stuff. I would eat quinoa. But I was eating every 2 to 3 hours. I was drinking plant-based protein shakes. I was drinking protein shakes. And that's a spammer. I was drinking protein shakes all the time, right? I was drinking 2 or 3 protein shakes a day, at least two. Because like for breakfast, most of the time I will get up and I will work out on an empty stomach. That's just how I do. Some people say that's not good. I have my protein shake, I'm drinking it afterwards, after my workout, or I'll drink a little bit before, but that's what I would do. And my body reacted to that. That's how some people cannot work out without eating. If I eat and then I work out immediately, I may vomit. I don't feel right. But that's one of the things that I will tell everyone that they need to learn more. Damn, it's been 3 hours. What the Jesus? They have to learn about their body. You have to know yourself, because people will come and try to tell you about yourself, right? How many times people come in here and try to tell me about myself? Oh, you need to be doing this, Shantae. You need to be doing that. No, this is why you must know yourself for yourself. The church people say you got to know God for yourself. I have to know myself and know how my body is going to react. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this fish so I can just make this tomorrow. I'm going to season it. And I bought this fish frozen from Walmart. I was really upset because I bought perch fish from Walmart before. It was frozen. Yo, that fish was so good. It fried perfectly. My mother was like, Grandma used to eat perch fish. And I'm like, really? I love this. And then I never saw it again at Walmart. And I'm like, you mother son of a lover. So I don't eat tilapia. And I like cod, but sometimes it's just too expensive. I'm like, I'm not. And then I live inland, so I don't. Greetings, MK. I haven't seen you in a while. I don't I don't want to spend all that money on cod and salmon. I just don't want to. You only get one or two pieces. I just feel like it's a waste. So I'll make a salmon patty. I make salmon patties and I buy fish if I can. But this time I found fish. What is this? What is it? So they cut the head off and it's called pan ready croaker, headed, gutted, and tailed. So I bought that. And I have made it once. I sauteed it, but I'm going to fry it. I'm going to saute it. I'm going to season it. Right now, I'm going to throw some lime juice on it to take away the fish smell, right? And that's going to be the end of that. Where is this? I have some more lime juice here. I'm going to season it. And I know I can't really season it too much because if you season fish too much, you're going to mess it. It's just going to be very salty, right? You can over season it. So I'm going to put a little salt on it, a little pepper, little salt, a little pepper. I'm not going to sit here and act like I am, what do you call it? I'm not going to sit here and act like I am a pro when it comes to fish, because I'm not. I'm not. If y'all saw how I fried fish in the Gambia, they were laughing at me. I'm like, I'm a city girl. I'm trying to understand. I'll tell you quick. I would bake it. So interesting to see how it turns out. MK. So I'm just seasoning it tonight. Now it probably would be good if I roasted it tomorrow instead of sauteing it. So I could saute it in the pan, or I could bake it or roast it. So I don't know. I like to put this on fish sometimes. This is the Obey seasoning, right? Okay. I'm going to put some pepper on there. And I have some cilantro lime seasoning. So I like to put that on the fish. I don't know why, but I do. There's some pepper. Where is it? Cilantro lime seasoning. It just has tacos on it. That's what it has on the front. Tacos. So I put it in there. I put it on there. Rub it in. I'm probably gonna throw a few onions on there. Now I probably should roast it, right? Because I didn't, I'm not gonna, oh shit. Okay, put too much of that on there. I put pepper on one of these sides. I don't know which side I put it on. Ow, sugar, honey, iced tea. You motherfucker. Oh, you stuck me. You right? You see? Damn fish, like, oh, you didn't killed my daddy. You didn't killed my daddy. I'm gonna stick you. That shit hurt too. Okay. So I'm gonna put a few onions on there. And I probably should bake it. I gotta get some aluminum foil though. So wait. Oh no, they about to close. I can't make it to Dollar Tree. So if I put it in some aluminum foil, or if I put it in one of those baking bags, like those turkey, like the turkey bag I put it in, and just put it in there with some vegetables, just these vegetables, and bake it. I might bake it. It's better for me. I didn't really like it when I fried it, but I was like, let me fry it. That's how they do in the Gambia. But I normally don't make fish like this. So if I'm not making salmon patties, I'm not, like, I'll make cod, but when it has the tail and all this, or when it looks like this and the only thing that's missing is the head, it makes me a little nervous. Not gonna lie. So, but one thing I do is I try. Like, if at first you don't succeed, all I gotta do is dust myself off and try again, right? I can go and buy this again. That's all I have to do. I don't have to be all stressed out. Oh my God. No. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. But I thank you all. I can't believe this took this long. And I still haven't eaten dinner. Can you believe that? It's 9:53, but this is almost done, so I can have some of this. I can have some of this. I can have that for dinner. And it's good because it's protein packed. Yes, it has a few potatoes in there, but it's all good. And it smells delicious. So I put some vegan cheese on it. I can either use the mozzarella or the cheddar cheese, and I put that on there. So it's kind of like scrambled eggs, and you know what Donna asked me, does the texture change? It does not. It doesn't look like the texture has changed. It just tastes better because tofu doesn't taste like anything. It just has no flavor, but it's like avocado, or when you put seasoning and stuff on it, it's going to take on the flavor of whatever you're cooking. Oh my goodness, y'all. I think I'm done. I love broiling salmon with Miracle Whip and lemon pepper. It's so good. Wow. It will get tough if you try to fry it. Wow. Travocado. I've never heard of that. Broiling salmon with Miracle Whip. So what is, okay, so what does the Miracle Whip do? Is it because it's like you're not basting it, but it's like you're making a paste or something for it, like a glaze. Like when me and my mom used to broil salmon, we would make like this honey glaze. It wasn't honey though, but I think it was with like maple syrup. But it's just delicious glaze that we would put over it. So you putting the Miracle Whip bakes off and makes it moist. Holy crap. You see? This is why I love sharing. I'm happy I continue to do this. Because my former people that were following me, they just, we don't want to see that. This girl trying to eat healthy. We don't want to be healthy. We want, whatever. But I love that I do this because you all share so many different ways of making things. Some are healthy, some aren't, but that's the thing. We can try it, and then, some things that aren't healthy, I'm like, I'm gonna make that one day. When I have all these extra calories, I'm gonna make that one day, and it's okay. I make it, I eat it, and I'm like, okay, I tried it. I might not be able to make it all the time. Uh-oh. Well, that's dying on me. Okay. Sprinkle. Okay. So let me see. Okay. So it says slather. Travocado says slather the Miracle Whip on the salmon and then sprinkle with liberal lemon pepper. It sounds really good. That sounds really good. But all right, guys, we have this. I cut the stove off. I'm gonna let that cook a little bit more. Just the stove is off. It's just the burner is still hot. Once the soup has fully cooled off, I'm going to transfer this to a bowl and put that in the refrigerator. Lord knows, I hope I have more space in the refrigerator. Let me see. Okay. Yes, I want to make sure I have space in this refrigerator, but I'm happy that I was able to get this done. This was something that I had been putting off and putting off, so I'm happy that I was finally able to get it done. I didn't get it all done, but I got some of it done. And with that, I'm okay with that. I'm going to eat. And then I may see you all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? I will see you all tomorrow because I have to finish doing this food. Oh, if I could get into bed early, then maybe I can get up and do this early and have the rest of my Sunday. Now, I said I was going to take a bubble bath, right? It's 10 o'clock. it's freaking 10 o'clock. Like, girl, you going to take a bubble bath at 10 o'clock? Yes. If people in the Gambia can go out to the club at 11, then I can go ahead and take my bubble bath. I don't have a glass of wine, even though I want a glass of wine, right? I don't have a glass of wine. Oh wait, that died. So you said, can I use that for any fish? I might have missed something. Please refresh my memory. Okay, so you're probably talking to Travocado. Never mind. You're probably talking to Travocado about the meat, about the salmon and the Miracle Whip. So I will be back tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going to take me a bubble bath. I'm going to take a bubble bath. I might find me a movie. I don't have Netflix, so I will find a movie on Amazon Prime. There was a good movie with, what's the girl's name? She used to play on, what's her name? Kerry Washington. Very good movie with her and some African dude, and they were hit people. They were spies, and they got caught. Well, I think they set it up, and I don't know if some of their people died. I'm not sure, but they were trying to leave together because she got pregnant, and they weren't supposed to. She wasn't supposed to get pregnant, and it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. But I'm gonna find a movie. Okay, this is not big enough. This is not big enough for the soup. Okay, so I need this one. I need this bowl for the soup because I don't think the pan is going to fit in the refrigerator. Even though I will put a pan in the refrigerator in 2.5 seconds. Wait, hold on. One of these. Where's the other one? Okay, here it is. I have one here already. One of these I think has a hole in them, so I can only use it for dry things. Oh crap, it's not this one either. Damn, it must be the one that already has the salsa verde in it. I try to pay attention, but let me see. Okay, so I don't see it. All right, I don't see it in either one of these. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this daggone bowl for the soup, and let me make sure. I don't see anything, but I'm a little tired. So I'm gonna transfer the soup into this bowl, so I don't have to use this. And then I have a small container. Yep, I have a small, a large enough container. Where's the lid for this? This is why I love El Pollo Loco, y'all. They give us these big ass containers. Look at this. Right? So this is what I'm going to put the tofu scramble, the rest of that in. I'm going to put that in there. And then since I'm not making this fish tonight, it's not happening, Captain. I'm going to transfer these. So I have more peppers, but these are the only peppers I have, right? So I'm going to buy some more serrano peppers tomorrow. And then I'm going to also buy, I might have to go to Fry's to get the serrano peppers though, because Walmart didn't have any good ones. They only had a few and I chose the best ones. If not, I have to buy the whole pack and they're like $1.58. So I might just have to go and get some serrano peppers from Fry's. Y'all may know it as Kroger's. But Walmart does have the better bag of avocados from Mexico. So I will go and get that tomorrow morning. But I'm going to find my way to work out because I'm not happy that I didn't get a workout in today. But it's okay. Like I said, I didn't have that many calories. I really did not have that many calories today. I had a salmon meal, and the salmon meal was like 330 calories. What? I need more calories than that for the day. You know what I mean? So I didn't think that I thought this was bigger than what it was, right? But this is okay. I will be sauteing these vegetables. I will be eating them with some brown rice and my fish tomorrow. And thank you, MK and Travelcado, for the ideas on the fish. And I will be baking that fish tomorrow. So I need to get aluminum foil as well. But we're all set. We are all set, guys. I'm going to wash these last bit of dishes. Well, this is the last thing that I have to wash. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. No, I don't. I have my apple here. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for your patience. And I will be doing this tomorrow. You will have to send a picture of the finished product. Looks amazing. Don't be hard on yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you, Travelcado. Thank you for the high five. I would not buy a house if it did not have a good bathtub. Okay? Y'all, my bathtub is like a jacuzzi sized bathtub. I love this bathtub. So I'm going to enjoy myself tonight. It's Saturday night. And this is what it is. But in order for me to eat right, I have to take this time to meal prep. But once everything is done, I will take a picture. But the fish and everything, all of that is going to be cooked tomorrow. All right? I'll see you all. Love you back. Have a great night.